Yo, 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 drop the beat on the beat on the beat on the beat. Yeah, yo, drop the beat on the beat on the beat on the beat. Yeah, rapping about to destroy any man, woman, man, boy. I don't give a fuck. Word is bone. Check it out, man. You so your suspect. You hear me, boy? Recognize rappinoid. I destroy.
Yo. What up? What up? What up? Misery's gonna be joining us soon, so I'm just gonna spin some classics. But I want to make sure that I don't spin stuff that YouTube.
Matter of fact, black check the gas stats. I keep access to the max. For those who don't know how to act, get laid on their back, and it's a fact. You busting me and busting back. So kid,
yeah. I hope my mic works. No. It seems like it might be the music. Get it! Jesus. Sorry. Technical issue. But yeah, we're listening to some quick while Ms. When I see you, I'm leaving lead in your liver. To the rough neck, you so your suspect. You hear me, boy, recognize rappinoid, I destroy night and change. I blew you out the frame with a small thing. I kept you shook. I don't understand why it does this. So you hear me, boy, recognize rappinoid, I destroy night and change. I blew you out the frame with a small thing. I kept you shook, cause you know my gap thing. Now one love to the thugs on top, pushing drops on the strip, going out, busting slugs, bubbling rocks, do your thing, gone. Whoever's not involved, get rid of them. Finishing, I'm playing too close. Snake cut those, you know the rope. I don't know, I'm gonna try to use it. I hate that other mic. But yeah, Misery's coming through. We got King JUS as a guest. He's a homie from Toronto. I don't really know too much about him actually personally, but I think Misery knows him from time, so it should be interesting. But yeah, we're just building up. I know Misery's at work and he should be like on his way here. Yeah. No, it seems to be working now, but it just cut out like that out of nowhere. I don't know why. And it doesn't do that in any other circumstance, only when we're live. I don't know if it's some weird setting on my I'm gonna check. It could be the echo cancellation. I don't know, I'm gonna turn that off. Yeah. So I was thinking, because actually the last video got some it got a few flags for copyright shit. I'm pretty sure Big Noid is okay. But for the most part, I'm probably gonna start sticking to my own instrumentals for the background when we're just talking and shit. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. Yeah, I'm probably gonna stick to like my own instrumentals. But actually, most of the stuff that was flagged was actually videos that we would play full screen. So I think we're gonna change up the format a little bit. In that we're gonna put, where are we? We're gonna put me and Misery over here, and then the video over here. So basically, by putting our faces in the fucking video, it becomes our content. It's total garbage. It's like all these react videos that people are getting and making tons of money. I feel bad for the creators because they create dope stuff and then people just take it and put their face in the bottom left and, you know, say a couple things, and then that's their content. So yeah, we're gonna have to do that a little bit, depending on the stuff. Like if an artist is on the show,
Well, even if the artist is on the show, I don't even know. Like, depending on the size of the artist, you know what I mean? So, like, for instance, ooh, this is one of my beats. Yeah, Misery's up in the space. Yeah, how you doing? Yeah, plug in your mic. But yeah, so we're just gonna change up the format a little bit and have us like see us watching the video. Why is my mic doing this?
Oh, but you're talking about our thing. Our band getting censored, man. We're hip hop. We got censored.
Mic just doesn't want to fucking work.
Serious booze.
I don't understand why my mic sucks.
What's going on, bro? Denny, gun for off. Yo, Denny, gun for off.
Check. Microphone check.
Yo, Denny just said Babylon War Child. Nice comeback. I like that. I like that, man.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Yeah.
I feel the same way. Maybe it's my turntable. Like, I don't know what's going on with my
Maybe
mic.
it's your turn. Table.
So I unplugged the turntable. Let's see if my mic cuts out at all.
Yo, Mizo's coming in hot right now.
Yeah, totally. So basically, yeah, I was explaining that we need to change when we like watch videos. We need to make sure that it's like, yeah, that we're in the video. So we're gonna have to present them.
Yeah, but that's crazy. That like as soon as that's why everyone can do it. They could do all these like reaction
Yeah, I was just
things.
saying that these reaction videos, they really suck for the creator, you know?
Yeah. Yeah,
like-
true. Because you could just like cheat your. Well, it's kind of. It sucks for the creator because why? Because they're not getting their stream.
Well, yeah.
Or they are.
Like, well, they're like basically what I've seen it happen a bunch where like a smaller creator will make a video that's really interesting and awesome. And then a bigger creator just watches their video on stream and like says a couple things, but they'll get like 50 times more views and money and like, you know what I mean, all that shit. So it's like it's kind of rough because the person who's actually making actually making the content isn't getting paid for it. And also it's really just easy content to make, you know? You just watch a video. We can do it too. And just, you just watch a video and comment a little bit and then technically it's your content.
So want to just do that? Want to just steal content from now on?
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I was thinking.
Okay. Maybe this is the comeback. Stolen content.
Yeah, exactly. I think the problem is my turntables, it seems, when I'm talking and playing music. So maybe I'm going to have to, like, do something about that. Interesting.
Real interesting, isn't it?
All right, so we have your buddy King JUS on the show later tonight, hopefully. I don't know much. I don't know much about him. Do you want to like tell me? And people.
Definitely. So King JUS is. I just spoke to him earlier. So King JUS is a dope MC and producer.
Yep.
He is OG Toronto guy, West End. He used to do a lot of work with Motion and True Paz. If you remember True Paz.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. That's his like fam. You know what I mean? And he just dropped an album with Fresh Kills.
I saw that on when I was just looking it up. I have a couple of tracks from it we can listen to.
Oh, nice! I didn't download anything.
And there's also like I don't know. I was confused. I think there's another King JUS.
There is from Wu-Tang family.
Oh, there's also King Just.
Oh, that's King Just. Hey, hey,
But that happens to Toronto MCs all the time. We get like doubled by somebody in the States with the same name. That happens tons.
Or it happens.
Did you ever run into any other miseries? I knew there was a misery from Montreal that actually worked kind of with like people I knew.
There is an unknown misery in Australia.
What?
You don't remember that? And I messaged him and I'm like, yo, bro, like you started your career like 2 months ago. This is like my name. This is when my first song was out. Just letting you know, brother. And he's like, I don't care. And I was like, back then I was like, yo, I'll battle you. And then I was like, nah, no. Yeah, he was
really?
Unknown Misery with a Z. I could probably find him. I'm not.
Wow. Wait, like, how do you put those two? Like, that's like naming yourself Ghostface Killer. Like, actually, no, it's even crazier than that because that's an actual character from a Shaolin movie from back in the day or whatever. So yeah, no, those are like two words that just don't really go together unless they're you. You know?
No. Okay, maybe it was an S. I gotta find it.
It might have been an S, but even still, that's a pretty crazy coincidence to have two people.
Yeah.
But
I was
back to the Misery from Montreal. I remember that guy. You remember that guy?
Yeah, I do.
And he, like, man, was that you or was that not you? Was that a different person? Yeah, that was a different person.
Misery from Montreal.
Yeah, I never like really like was sure.
Yeah, that's someone else, man.
Really?
I just went to visit Montreal.
I don't know what he looks like. Do you know what he looks like?
Nah.
Tell me he looks like you. He looks exactly like you. No?
As soon as I heard there's a guy named Misery back then, I wasn't more mature. Back then I was like, yo, there's a guy named Misery. I'm kind of like pissed. I don't want to see what it looks like.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, because
I was probably like, yo, bun that guy.
Because that was kind of back in the era when like we didn't really like see a lot of like MCs, you know what I mean? Like back in Napster era and stuff like that, especially the underground. Like obviously the dudes on Much Music or the dudes on MTV, you knew what they looked like, but
you had to guess what rappers look like. People used to tell me that when they'd first see me, they'd be like, and it was a compliment to me because they'd be like, they thought I was taller.
Yeah. Oh no, a lot of people
thought I was like a bigger guy.
Well, people do that with celebrities in general. Like, I remember the first time I saw Ludacris. Dude, that guy's tiny.
What?
Yeah, he's tiny, but he looks huge. Like, in his videos and shit, he looks, like, big, especially...
Hold on. So you know those fist things?
Yeah.
Those big fist videos? Were those, like, normal-sized fists? Because he was so tiny.
That, I think, might have been the reason that, like, in my head, I thought that he was bigger, was that video where he's huge. He has the huge arms and stuff.
Yeah.
He's walking around. And like I remember I seen him like I was working at the music store on Bloor at Remini House of Music. It's like a piano shop or whatever. I was selling violins and cellos. And right next door is like the really, really high-end hotel. It's like the Hyatt or like something like that, or it's some like really like good hotel, and like all the celebrities would stay there for TIFF.
Yeah.
And so like it was hilarious because like right outside my work there were like a bunch of these fanboy like paparazzi, and they're all like trying to like take pictures. And like I remember one time I walked out of work and there was like, I couldn't believe it, there was literally like a 70-year-old man with a giant like Johnny Depp poster, like huge, and it was like blown up picture of Johnny Depp, and he was like outside waiting to try and like see Johnny Depp to get it signed. It was such a weird scene. Yeah, it was so weird. But anyways, long story short, I saw Ludacris when I was walking out of work one day coming out of there. And I was like, yo, he's like a head shorter than me. And I'm not even tall. Like,
he's a head shorter than you?
Yeah, he's at least like,
yo, he's shorter than me.
Yeah, he might be shorter than you, honestly. No, I think he's shorter than you. Like, honestly, like, or you and Luda are like the same size.
I'm the tallest rapper in Canada. Rest in peace, Hal. That's what he used to say about me. Rest in peace to Harry the Hat. But you know why I was the tallest rapper in Canada? Because half of me's underground.
Oh, yeah?
You know what I mean?
Oh, that makes sense.
Kasim Juma, though, man.
Yeah. Who's this? Who's Kasim Juma?
He's been here on so many shows. And I always thought you were...
Yeah.
I always thought you were a brother from Toronto. That was Bona's brother. That's what I always thought. But, yo... That's amazing, man. This guy's like dope show, putting Canadian hip hop on the map. I can't miss it every Tuesday night.
Ooh.
I'm in East Africa.
Oh, sick. So we're in Tuesday already. He's from the future.
Yo, you're in the future.
Yo, tell us what happens, man. Like, we're curious.
Yo, I'm going to send you tracks before they get released from now on. You let me know how it hits. and then boom, we release it in the past. Hold on, this is my brother Prasant J.
Percent J, yo,
Yo.
VJ Kumar, what up?
You know that brother, right?
Man, that sounds mad familiar.
Kuala Lumpur.
Oh, snap. I'm down.
Right? Am I confused? Maybe I'm confused.
Maybe you're confused. But
You're my
it's
brother
all
from
good.
IG, bro.
I want to play an exclusive.
I don't want you to.
Check it out. That's artwork that Marak did for Young Z and Marak. And
Marak is a maniac, first of all.
That's
This is
really
what you
sick,
did, bro.
right? Look at that shit. It's got his head on one side and then Young Z's on the other. And which god is that? Is that
Makali.
okay. And yeah, that's just a sick. But here we got a song that goes along with it.
You guys are crazy.
The miracle food of high energy plankton gathered from the oceans of the world.
Talk about your empty whole clips. Pure piss from your super soakers. Bootleg your air quote. Dope kicks the vanity mirrors where the smoke lifts. Pop hope for hopeless. Yo, I rap fact like I'm under oath, kid. Rap bullshit, chock full of soda. Give me pure crock product on your raw dope shit. Running circles round your slow death row with vultures. Time for the 9-4, bringing back the culture. Guns and roses, camera horse, y'all over exposure. Dead at horse blinders, forget it, Alzheimer's. Fuck your live stream, bogus. Flick it to the side, roaches. Feeling violent, look a little closer. 4K to focus. Caught your Photoshop the guap and the Glock in your posters. You're not a soldier. Your nicks is me Watergate flows. I cannot condone ya. I cannot keep my composure. You lie to me in harmony, auto-tuning, offbeat, awkwardly.
Bro, what's your problem, man? Yo, Marak, why are you doing this?
There's nothing they can't do.
You lied to me.
Bro, this is nasty. Oh my god.
You lying. Y'all niggas beef once a year. I shoot muskets so much it's like I'm 3 musketeers. It's like a scene by Quentin Tarantino. I spit magazine after magazine. After you lose the battle, I come through your avenue with sharp tools. They use the spackle, removing tattoos. My crew are baboons, shooting at you. I turn the supernatural to a human statue. Nigga, everything you say is fake. I hire Danish date, fillet and steak. While I watch the latest tape of me role playing brave with your lady's face. I stick my Staffordshire in your crack supplier. While my boy Marak set his cat on fire. Hey, respect, nigga, fuck spray the tech. I jump out with the bayonet. Instinct, break his neck.
You lied to me.
Oh my god. Yo, who made that beat?
That was me.
Bro, that beat is nasty too. You guys have problems.
Yeah, I like that song a lot.
Yo. You guys should have got me on that song 9 times. No, I'm just joking.
Dude,
I love that.
I actually have.
Shit. I'm not lying. I'm
Yeah.
going to say something. Honestly, man. Wow. Like, yo, I fucking love that song. I'm not just saying it. I love everything.
It has a good
Everything about
concept.
that song.
It has a concept. It has like a
Concept.
I like it.
The cadence, the bars, the tone, the beat. Yo, bro, it's crazy. Like,
and the feature, like Young Z
what's
murders
your
that.
problem?
And yeah, that's a dope. I like that beat. That's
I'm
one of
leaving.
my favorite
I'm
beats.
gonna leave now.
And then Batchin murdered that with the scratches.
Honestly, I'm out. This joke.
Yeah.
Yo,
I'm still trying to figure out this microphone.
honestly, man, yo, that gets me so hype. Like, why can't we release so much music, man? What's happening? Holy shit.
I think
Bro.
it's good.
No, Barack, for real. Like, I'm not like, yo, you know me, bro. I'm not like, I can't hold back emotions. This is how I feel right now.
I think that's one of the fire tracks that we put out for sure.
And the beat is just like the dunk, dunk, dunk. Yo, the way the beat just goes, like, yo, that's a beat that you can rap on forever. You can forever rap on that beat.
Dude, I have a verse with you on that song from like long time ago.
Oh, crazy. Holy, yeah, right.
I sat on that beat for a while, actually.
That's crazy. That beat is crazy.
Because I liked it a lot. And yeah, we tried to make a song on that. And it was dope, but it just never went on anything. And then I repurposed the beat.
You don't gotta wait, bro. You can't wait and hold music forever. You gotta keep going. Yeah. You guys made something great with it, honestly. That's when I put my
I think I experimented throwing your verse on it too. Actually,
it wouldn't fit. It probably wouldn't fit. Like, look what they're talking about.
Yeah, and it was like,
you'd have to write a brand new verse for that.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I think your verse was about lying. It was. Because,
was it?
Yeah, in the beat, I put a sample called like, "You lied to me."
Yeah,
like it says it in the beat, so it kind of like forces the MC. You know, the good old force the MC into a topic by throwing the beat and like throwing some, you know.
Those are the best. Those are the best. Like, I love getting beats when there is a sample, exactly that. Like, you could play off the beat, you know?
Yeah.
Or like, I love beats when like every 4 bars or 8 bars, there's like a little sample. So you could like put it in the track, you know?
Honestly, I do that a lot of the time when I get features. I'll give them the topic just because it actually forces them to try. It also forces them to like, you know, put effort into like the feature, and they can't just rehash an old verse. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You got to write for this. Exactly.
Like, so it kind of like pigeonholes them into like bringing up something new. But I see we got King JUS in the green room, so we could bring him in if you want.
Yeah. Let's bring up. You got one of the tracks to play, you said? I didn't.
Yeah. I got a few.
Let's maybe run one of the tracks, and I'll bring the brother in.
All right. Let me go with the Sign of the Times. It's the new King JUS with Fresh Kills.
Oh man, it's gonna be another banger. You guys have problems. What are you doing to me today? Today's a crazy day.
Let me present.
Bro, man, I love that track. What's wrong with you guys? Yo.
All right, so King JUS, Fresh Kills.
Let's go.
24 undercovers at the front door. A minute later, the violator's cuff face on the floor, and it was fingers. Little Chico ratted and said he had it, the murder weapon. And now he blasted another black kid. The cops grabbed it, bagged and tagged it. Black on black's like a magnet, and tragic and life automatic to picture the graphic. That's what the judge gave. He gonna die a slave in a cage.
Young child of mine, 'cause it's the sign of the time when you see the blind leading the blind. Open your eyes, life so divine. But it's the sign of the time when my brothers try to take mine.
Yo, so tell me what you really think is going on here. 'Cause every day of every year, niggas disappear, shots cut the air. Innocent victims lacerated, sentence debated, but can't change it, regardless of the statement. And that life, you can't replace it, not with restitution, conversion to religion, or even prison if it's given. What kind of world is this we living in? Raising our children in, we gotta build with them. 'Cause these mean streets is filled with them, and so is the system. Feeling like God dissed them, but he is them. Knowledge my wisdom, he is them, and I think you should know. 'Cause the more you know, the more you can grow.
Open your eyes, young child of mine. 'Cause it's the sign of the time when you see the blind leading the blind. Open your eyes.
Black right there.
But it's the sign of the time when my brother's trying to take mine.
What happened to your vision and your insight? Lost your stripes, fell off the fight of life. That's why we kings but living like mice, and we still can't get it right. Fight each other for spite, divide and conquer the light. Love the drama and hype, but still it ain't getting us no further. With genocide and murder from Alberta to Parkdale, this trend don't fail. We hate the face in the mirror. Is this picture getting clearer? Cause it's real, B. This ain't TV, you feeling me? It's detrimental for your mental, so I build it will with pen or pencil. Draw it up black, it's writing exact like stencil. Acapella, instrumental, we all special and precious, so let's just honor the life cycle and get your sight again. Stop trifling, put on the rifle, king. The devil's starting on growth, and we trying to cut each other's throats. Young child of mine,
Young child of mine, cause it's the sign of the time.
Yup. There we go, man. Yo, music.
Dope.
Yo, let's bring the brother in. This is music
yeah.
about like what's happening in the world. You know what I mean?
Peace.
Yeah.
Yo, what up?
I'm in here. What up, y'all?
What's going on, brother?
Miz, what you saying, man?
Good shit.
Good, man. How you been, bro?
In here. Yo, I'm in
Oh,
here,
my
bro.
God.
I'm working, man.
I know you always are.
I'm working hard. You know?
Hold on. What's going on here? There we go.
Sorry, I
Did it work or what? You're getting glitchy?
volume.
Nah, you're good. We hear you, man.
Yeah, I see y'all. I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah. But yo, man. So King JUS, man. So people that let's give people a quick intro. You know what I mean? Because I know it's been like fuck, man. Like we built after many years. We got on a build like maybe a few months ago, earlier in the year.
Yeah.
And you taught me a lot of things that we'll talk about later. You know, like about everything that all the knowledge you've been gathering. You know what I mean? But let's go back to like who King JUS is, bro. Because I met you long time ago. I was really young. I was a young MC. My hair was still intact. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're a fire though. You're a fireball though. You're a fireball, yo.
Yeah.
FA.
That's what was happening at that time. And I met you and everything resonated because I was like, yo, this brother is on. We connected through community stuff. We connected through positive music, revolutionary music. You used to build. When I think of linking with you, I think of True Paz. I think of motion.
Right.
That's what I think of.
All right, big up True Paz. True indeed. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to break
motion, yeah. Yeah. Well, really, my beginnings, started in Hamilton. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was writing music from like I was around 8 years old. I was writing a lot of poetry, and due to the way my life went, I just went through a lot of rough shit. You know what I'm saying? And I just expressed that through the writing. And I always loved music because my parents always playing music, all different types of music. You know what I'm saying? I was born in Dominica.
No way.
Yeah. But
I've been to Dominica a couple times. I love that.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite
Nature Island.
It's the best
island in the Caribbean. That's
Calabishi represent. That's where my homies are from. The North Shore.
That's what they saying.
Yo, I love that island.
Just my big sister influenced me with a lot of sort of like top 40 radio hits. She introduced me to the whole house music thing when it was underground, and
all right,
so I just had a large amount of music intake. My father played, he's self-taught, taught himself how to play the guitar. He could play a bunch of instruments, taught himself to do a lot of stuff, right? So I think my musical influence sort of comes from that. And then I had a couple crews in Hamilton. Originally, I was Mr. Blunt, the Mastermind. That was my original rap name.
Yeah, right.
The Fuzz record label, my homeboy Mark Simon. Shout out to Mark Simon. So these are sort of my beginnings. And then at some point after that, I actually met DTS, who is like, he is hip hop, you know what I'm saying?
Legend, Toronto legend.
Yeah, like BTS. So I met up with him in Hamilton, and that's where I really started to train to just to train my writing skills and to rock on any beat, you know what I'm saying? So he'd be spinning some beats. And I mean, DTS, this is a man who, we talk about music and the man's music knowledge, like literally DTS would sleep on crates. Like his bed was like
okay,
12 to 15 crates. He had a couple mattresses. But I'm telling you, the man had so much records, bro.
I need to ask you a question right away about DTS. Did he like you at first? Because that guy's a hard one to crack, man.
Listen,
that
DTS,
guy,
well, here's
he
the
doesn't
thing.
like anyone, man.
Listen, here's the thing, right? Like, we are all cut from the same cloth because you got to understand when this hip hop thing was born in '73, you know, we came into it at a time where it was not accepted. It was not commercial. You know, people couldn't bring our ghetto blaster out in the street and be playing no Schoolie D or no Run DMC or LL Cool J or nothing like that. Like, fights would break out, man would get stabbed. Like,
Yeah.
like it was not.
Real.
We were really the undesirables. So that's that energy. That's that raw, real hip hop sort of screw face energy. Like, there wasn't much to smile about. You know what I'm saying?
For real
Totally.
though.
So
No,
that
man,
energy,
he's-
I totally understand that energy, and I'm from that energy, and you can definitely hear that in my spit. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
He's
I
a
would
tough one
say-
to crack, man. So all the respect due if he saw potential in you and was like, "Yo, I'm gonna work with this guy." Because, like,
Yeah.
honestly, DTS, he's not an easy person to get over. Like,
Yo,
yeah,
he's great. Like,
Yeah.
through
amazing.
DTS, I ended up on Soul Controllers mixtapes and Soul Controllers. Like, you know, the history of the Soul Controllers has not even been spoken about enough, in my opinion. When
No, it hasn't.
I see all these people talking about the foundation and the history of hip hop in
Yeah.
North America and Toronto, and I don't see any.
They're missing a lot. They're missing a lot of
They're
information.
missing it all, bro.
Yeah.
But how did you win him over? How did you win him over? I want to know.
It's just based on the skill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's based on the music, just based
Straight
on the
up.
talent. And aside from that, like I said, we are similar.
Like, not taking it personally. Like, you're from that era. You're from that
Yeah.
era. You're from
Show and
before
prove.
my era. So, like, you don't
Yeah.
take that personally, that
No,
toughness.
because that's
You know-
that's how man and man are. That's how man and man were. That's
That
how
was
men
the
would talk
vibe.
to each other. If
Yeah.
a man talked to you rough, you know what I'm saying?
Totally.
You know,
It wasn't personal.
yeah, because for enough man who didn't have a father and thing, like,
Mm.
these men were elders. These men are the elders. These men are the OGs. These men are the men that really knew about the music thing and the business of music and sort of how to break music and how to present yourself as an artist. And, you know, it was different then. I'll just say that, you know what I mean? It
No,
was-
I see it. Like, yo, I will say one thing. Like, same with me, my experience, bro, for real. Like, and first and foremost, shout out DTS. Shout out
Yeah.
everything he's done for
Yeah,
the culture.
100,
for
I gotta
sure.
say that, like, to the fullest. And I know Raf means that too. Like,
Yeah, of course.
but
100%.
for sure, like, I have to say, same thing. It's a good question. I'm glad you brought that up because
Yeah.
it's something I wouldn't have brought up, but you would. So it's good because I remember in my that's why me and Raf are different, but it's good.
Yeah.
Like, I remember experiences like that, like near the end of SFA times when SFA was going through a little breakup situation when we were
Right.
like, I remember those times. I think it was around that moment, or maybe even before. I don't know, man. When I started like linking up with DTS, like in the same places when Jay Wise was around, or whatever, I'd be out there.
big up Jay-Wise.
You know, shout out Jay Wise and
Yeah,
Color
that's the
Brown.
next one.
You know what I mean?
Foundation and
Yeah.
Clips as well.
Of course.
Jay Wise,
Wow.
Color, and them, or Color Brown are legendary, amazing music.
Crown of Thorns
Yeah.
is
Crown
like,
of Thorns.
I saw that you worked with
100.
them, and those guys are really solid
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
really
It's about more than the
talented.
music, you know. It's
So
about
much
Yeah.
more.
about so
That's
much
amazing.
more than the music, and
But yo,
you know.
I don't want to cut you off. I just wanted to make sure I get that out. So this guy's like, now what are you
Yeah.
talking about if he hears this? He's like, what are you going
Oh,
to
for
say,
sure.
miss?
No,
But it's like,
mad love to DTS.
no,
He's
mad,
just
mad love.
hard to
But for
win
me,
over.
no, not even win over. For me, I remember a moment. I was like, I catch vibes. I could feel energy without talking.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I could be
Yeah,
in a party.
totally.
I'm like that. I could be in a party. It's packed with people, and I know someone 2 rooms down. There's a vibe.
Yeah,
I
for
just
sure.
know. Don't ask me how.
Yeah.
And I remember catching it. Like, I'm like, yo, this guy doesn't look like he doesn't like me. This guy looks like he wants to break me into pieces, bro. I was like,
great heart,
yo,
though, man. He's got a great heart, man. He's
Yeah, I
like,
know.
no. Shout out
brother.
DTS, man.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's my like top
But-
of top.
And
Nah, but it might-
extremely
But it might have been my
influential
mental
DJ.
health at the time. It might have been the way I dealt with people at the time, right? So I like to look at that in hindsight and be like, oh, as an elder, looking at reactions like that and how younger people are dealing with it, and we're dealing with hip hop culture. You know what I mean? And like how I was dealing with life with my mental health. Maybe he was like, as an elder, like, you know, when you say that stuff, he's probably like, yo, what's going on with you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's how the elders were. Like, that's how it was back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? These men see you
shout
doing
out.
something in the road that you're not really supposed to be doing. The OGs are they're gonna check you and they're gonna be like, yo, what are you doing, youth? What are you doing?
Yeah,
you're not moving right. It's not even a joke thing. It's not a diss thing. It's just that you ain't moving right, and you can't you can't move around us if you're gonna move like that. You gotta learn how to move.
I remember I just confused the fuck. I confused the fuck out of him by showing up with a cello and like he was just like, "What? Like you gotta what? What's going on?"
Yo, man. But yo, anyways, yo, shout out. This is a DTS, quick DTS segment.
Yeah.
Shout out DTS, man. Love you, brother.
Sure.
Appreciate everything you've done. And it was like no foul play when you hear us talk about that. We're just speaking honestly, you know. And but yo, and it's funny when I talk to you, brother. I notice. I was just noticing right now. I automatically get in my Keelan Lawrence tone of speaking, automatically. I can't help it. You know, yo, I just caught myself, you know, like, I'm in Vancouver. It's like, yo, it's different out here.
T.O. is everywhere.
Yeah. But yo, so let's talk about that though, man. DTS. So you're on these like, underground, like these legend, you're running in these circuits right now with your music. You know what I mean? What would you say, like, when do you start getting your first concerts popping? Like, when was your first concert where there was like your first concert ever, even if it was a hole in the wall?
Man, you're asking for me to go. I think my first show might have been at the X Club in Hamilton. It might not have been, but it might have been. It's close. But I mean, you know, after that, the Soul Controller mixtapes, it's really where I got on, and you know, I met a whole bunch of other artists. I had a DTS put me on this dub plate with KRS-One and my homie Progress, who's now reggae, right?
Same Progress. Okay.
Yeah. So he was spitting. So this is like foundations, you know what I mean? And Soul Controllers was such a big part of a lot of MCs that broke, that didn't break, but were known, that simply got respect for their skill level, because you couldn't get on a Soul Controller mixtape if you weren't nice and you tried to pay them to get on it. They had many mixtapes with many different styles of dope shit. You know what I mean? Like anything the man touched was golden. Everybody just wanted to get, if you could just get on one track on one tape, you know what I'm saying? You wanted that. You wanted to hold that and show that as your legitimacy, because at these times, the independent,
ID.
Like you don't really, if you're not signed to a label or nothing, all you got is the street. All you got is what's hot, what crew is really doing it. There was Baby Blue Sound Crew.
Oh, you're bringing it back.
You know what I mean? Yeah. This foundation, you know.
Cause yo, when I'm thinking baby, you say Baby Blue, bro. I like, yo, back then, that's what it was. It was like exactly that. Cause that area you're talking about, it was like in Toronto, there's maybe a 1-2 spots that let you play hip hop. Like it was hard to even like go. People would play hip hop music maybe in certain clubs, but you weren't allowed to wear hats or anything hip hop.
Exactly.
But so you know what I mean. But there are certain places that would let you play hip hop, and I think El Macombo was one of them. But before that, Planet Mars. You ever perform at Planet Mars?
Yeah, of course.
No, I never performed at Planet Mars, but
and the Clinton was another.
Yeah.
But the other spot was
Sneaks.
Oh, why am I forgetting it? That's so whack.
It's okay.
Yo, Miz, you remember? No, man. Miz was a huge spot in TO where all the hip hop concerts were going on, man.
Oh, Comfort Zone.
No, man. No. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that.
Size? What size venue are you talking about? Are you talking about like the Opera House or like Masonic Temple?
It'll Masonic Temple.
Yo, they're bringing it back. Actually, that's shit's opening up.
All the hip hop was going on. That's where KRS-One, Leaders of the New School.
Damn.
Yeah.
Anybody who was anybody had to play. Yeah. Masonic Temple, man. That shit right there. That was like our Apollo, you know?
Yeah,
Actually,
I never been
that's-
there, man. I never
you know
performed
what's
there. Nothing.
Crazy rafter to rafter, bro.
Damn, man. I wish I
Totally.
seen that.
I was actually that was just in the news that there's like a new company that's actually opening that back up as a venue again in Toronto. So there's going to be new shows going on at the Masonic Temple.
It'll never
So
be the
that-
same. It'll never be the same
Yeah.
vibe as that.
It'll
but-
never be the
Dude,
same.
Yeah, but
I
whatever,
remember in grade 8, this girl Gilly, she rented that out for her birthday. And you might have been there. Everyone in the city was there, dude. It was insane. It was totally nuts. It got totally out of control, and like people got into fights. There was all like madness. That was an epic party.
Some sacrifices. and
Gilly's
stuff.
birthday. Yeah. Anyways,
Oh, Big Bop. Yo, Maractus brought up
Big
the
Bop.
Big Bop.
Oh, Big Bop. There you go. Yeah. That's
that
another.
got killed because of a
that's
shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yo.
remember that.
Welcome
Yeah.
to Theo.
Yeah.
Yo, Infrared from MOD went to the Big Bop, and that's where he won his
Okay.
$1,000 prize at one of the rap battles. I remember it being a big thing when I was young, and I wasn't allowed into venues. They were older,
Right.
and I remember coming back to the ends, and it's like, yo, Infrared went and he won like this battle. Everyone was talking about him and shit. I was like, yo, that was a big
It
deal.
was a good venue, actually. Like, honestly, it was right downtown.
That was my
And-
first performance as a kid. Like, we went in. I was, yo, bro, I looked so young. Yo, dog, I thought I was a big man. Yeah, I went to the bar and I'm like, I'll get I forgot, like, I think a Growers or something. Like that, he knew right away. He's like, why is this guy drinking a Growers? I'm just, yo, hit me with a Growers. So I went, I came back. I went, sat down. They're like, nah, like, you're too young. You gotta leave. We're performing. They made us go on before the show even started. They let us perform
Oh,
early.
we got on.
Yeah, we got on and we left.
Yeah, that's blessed.
Yeah. So, yo,
Yeah, and then I guess to complete that, then after that, I got with Brent Smith and
was gonna
Just
talk to you
Entertainment.
about
You know what I'm saying? And Alex Dimes, it's the fam. You know what I'm saying? The whole Just Entertainment fam. Shout out Just Entertainment. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta
My
talk to you about
my
that.
homie Bonks, who just did the artwork. He actually did the artwork for Sign of the Times. So big
Okay.
up Bonks.
Okay.
Yeah, so then I started touring with and opening for, name it, Busta Rhymes,
Sick.
Cypress Hill, AZ, Pumpkinhead,
Rest in peace.
what's his name there? Necro. That was insane.
Mhm.
That was perhaps
Yeah.
the most insane show I've ever done. At 8 o'clock at night,
Yeah.
people were lined up at Opera House around the corner.
I was at that show.
I was at that show.
Necro,
I was at that show.
I was at that
Necro. Homie, there's like 12 acts before Necro, okay?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Necro's crowd, they're
Yeah.
batshit crazy, dude.
I
Whole
know.
shit, whole
They're
shit.
nuts.
So when they're saying Necro, let me tell you what happened, bro. The break dancers went out there.
Yeah.
Who told them to do that? And then them start Heineken bottle up. Necro.
Yo, bro.
I think I remember
And then
that.
I'm back. I'm at the side of the stage there, and I'm watching this. I'm like, holy smokes! The man
Like,
get
ah,
ushered off the stage quick.
shit.
I
Yeah.
can't remember who the host was. The host went out there trying to calm him down. Okay, y'all, I remember Brent telling the host, "Yo, just go out there and tell them Necro's gonna
coming.
come out. Just calm down."
Yeah, yeah.
So the host goes out there and tells them, maintain and Necro, he's gonna come for sure. He's here already. Got a
Yeah.
couple other acts. They weren't trying to hear that. So another act goes on, and they probably get, I don't know, a verse in.
That's funny.
Necro.
Yeah.
So I'm supposed to
Toronto
be like, I'm
crowds.
further up the line, right? I get a tap on my shoulder. Hey, yo, Just, buddy, you ready?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Okay,
ready for
break
what?
it down. Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
ready for what? Brent's like, yo, change of plans. I'm gonna throw you on there now. I'm like,
Yo.
he's like, yo, just get ready. You know what I'm saying? You're on
You
there.
got this. All right.
Brent, he's gone. So that we go out there, and I was so soaking up their energy that I just went out there. I was like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah.
Nuts, bro. And then we just dropped the beat quick and did our thing and light up the place, and then off the stage.
You understand. You
Yeah,
understand. You understood the
we
energy.
might have we cut our set short.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, read the crowd.
Like, we just did like 2 tracks, which they let us do and they liked. So we were like, good enough. And then from there, and then when Necro came out later on in the night, because I didn't really know about Necro so much, right? Ill Bill's brother or whatever, but I didn't even know all that. It's Brent that really put me onto the science. Then when it was Necro's time to come on, bro,
you went crazy.
It was Halloween. It was, man, if anybody has footage of that show, that Necro show,
it was like, Halloween. Yeah.
It was Halloween on stage, like costumes, knives, blood,
and everyone was just getting naked on stage after.
Just nuts. Miz, you were there?
Yeah, bro. I was there for a little bit.
Okay, so you
I
remember
think
that.
Ill Bill was there too, right?
Yeah, that's Necro's brother, man.
Yeah.
That was crazy, man.
I remember crazy. That show.
Yo, so Just Cuz, bro. Just Entertainment.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Like, yo, Just Entertainment, Brent was my first manager.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he managed Soldiers of Fortune, me, Decisive, and who's now CON. So, yo, all together, we were Soldiers of Fortune back then.
Okay.
Young, high school. We were in high school.
Okay. Yeah.
He gave us the Big Bob show. Where we were too young and I got the growers. He gave us that show.
Yeah, so, that's Brent, man. The Oracle, we call him, man, because that.
It's like crazy though when I think about the past and I think about, and I bring it up on the show a lot, but I think that's part of like my purpose, you know, mental health, bro. I think about all these people have these conversations and I'm like, yo, there's a lot of people that there's like foul moments that didn't. Yo, I snapped on Brent, bro. I remember like when Poor Man Militia broke up. Alex Dimes, salute Alex Dimes, bro. Dope MC. First of all, dope MC. You know what I mean? Put in mad work. Real talk. And that period. That's it. But I remember when I was young, it was like after that, we had a little thing even. I was like, yo, it was like a situation in life. And it's crazy when time passes and you look back and different names pop up. And you can just already see it for what it was in hindsight. It's clear now, you know? Yeah. And you can see, yo, like Brent was out there putting in work. He put some high school kids on. So it's kind of cool that was our first manager and that was your connection, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I had my first vinyl, the Ambassador. It was on Ambassador on one side and Alex Dimes had All Out on the other side. So we pressed up a bunch and, you know, we're just in the culture, man. We're just doing it. Like whatever needed to be done as an MC, like, you know, Brent was putting us to work.
Working.
You know, when we had to do a release, all the work that goes into the release, all of the, you know, all the hip hop shows that we're playing, all the DJs, we had to do like call signs and station IDs. We had like 150 of them on a page. And, you know, you don't know who half these men are. You haven't even heard their show, but they're going to spin the music. So, you know, Brent sort of put us onto the game like that. So it was dope because that's where I learned a lot of the negotiating and how the business is running. Because there's a lot we just are not able to see as the artists, right? There's a lot going on in the back end that, you know, even if you think you have all your stuff proper, like everything registered properly, like there's so much, like 1 or 2 little mistakes, it's going to basically mess up the royalty chain. You know, a lot of hip hop artists aren't getting the money, you know, we're not getting the royalties. And we're like the only genre of music that is that atrocious at it.
Not educated with it. Because you taught me a lot. Like, that's for real. Like, you taught me a lot of info on that one call we had earlier this year. And like, I took that info, I soaked it in, and I have been embedding, you know what I mean, in the track and everything, doing all of that. I've been taking those steps. It's a little process, but I've been doing it.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel better because it's like, now I kind of know what I'm doing. It's like, I have all this music out there. It's like, now I know what I'm doing. It feels better. No matter what happens with the song, I made sure that it's mine. I own it.
Exactly.
You know?
Me, you know, including the ISRC, right? Because, you know, I was on the phone with, I'm not going to say their name, but I've spoken to many entities. I've spoken to all of the Canadian entities. You know, I've spoken to a lot of the American entities. And what I found is the education over here about the music business and about the royalties and the publishing and how it actually all works so somebody gets paid. It is so upside down that some of these people are confused themselves, right? I was on the phone with a major Canadian entity, 2 days ago, and the man was arguing with me, trying to convince me that it's not a good idea to generate your own ISRCs and that you should let DistroKid or, one of whoever's distributing your music do that for you. And I had to show him that, as a matter of fact, dude, I think you need to change your practice, because first of all, you're giving these young artists that are calling you for information, you're giving them wrong information only because you yourself don't know, because you work at that place, so you study that place's protocol and whatever the function is for them, but you are not studying the other people who are claiming to do the same thing as you or doing the same thing as you. You're not educating the people on if there's conflicts or not. You're not telling them that, like, you sign up with two of the people that are collecting the same thing, your money's going to get held in purgatory and nobody gets the money. And if you have to go and try to undo the mistake once the music is out there in the digital domain, good luck. Right now, Spotify said, I don't know, last week or something, they're going to take down a bunch of songs, right? Okay, so if you let them generate those ISRCs, whatever metadata went with them that they inputted into the system to collect the royalties to pay you out for the streams, that also gets taken down. And if you don't have that in your own database, it's going to be very difficult for you to get that when you go to another distributor. If you have a problem with another artist or another label and you're trying to get your royalties, you would have to
that
call
happened
that
to us
company to get
with
it.
the first album. That happened to us with the
There you
first
go.
album. I didn't pay the re-up on our first album, and it got taken down off of, like you said, all of those things. And through TuneCore, they, obviously do what you're saying. And so when I tried to reinstate the first album, the Babylon Workshop first album, they wouldn't let me. So basically, I have to make a digitally remastered version or some shit like that and get brand new codes and upload it.
Yeah.
So you're absolutely right.
And you would have avoided all that if you would have had the metadata in your own, because that doing that is like giving the cleaning lady to your restaurant the key to the back office where the money is.
For real, yeah.
Why the fuck would you do that, man?
Yo, you know what's funny? Sometimes my ADHD, I just want to keep moving. I make music, then I'm like, all right, I gotta upload this tomorrow, and then I'm like making something brand new. I have so many albums I haven't uploaded. So after you taught me this, I've been slowly gathering the metadata for all of these, and I'm gonna upload it now. Like, it's a blessing. But so what's your plan, brother? You have all of this. Are you gonna have like a school or a business or anything? Do you have something in mind?
I got a couple offers with a couple people right now to get on some things. I'm for the artists, you know what I mean? So I'm always gonna be for the artists. I'm always gonna share knowledge with the artists, build with them on whatever I've, learned.
Are you speaking on a business front, you mean?
Yeah. There's a couple things that me and a few people are looking into right now to help some, the Canadian artists for the most part, because like I said, that's
perfect, man.
It's very confusing, and I've been on this for the better part of 8 months. All the researching and calling and talking and waiting for people to respond. Not to mention, having to go and claim all of my pages, because they'll distribute your music, but you still have to go claim your page, or else, you can't change your profile picture. You could only look at the page for information, but you can't do anything. You can't change anything. That's because you don't have control of it. You haven't. So, if you guys haven't claimed your Apple Music page, go do it. You know what I'm saying? Spotify, go claim it. You got to claim it if DistroKid is your distributor. There's a spot on DistroKid. You just go in the back office there, and it'll lead you to that. Go claim your pages, man. And make sure all your stuff is in order, because you know, people might have already noticed that a lot of music gets put on other people's pages and they have a similar name. Well, why do you think that happens? That's all because of the metadata. That's, you know, that's what makes the metadata is the fingerprint of the music, bro. That's what, and with that, there's things that accompany it that sort of get locked in and start working at the same time so that all the royalties are generated at the same time, and then you get them quarterly in the right space of time. And because if one thing's wrong, you could be out 5 G's.
Yeah.
Right. And it's not guaranteed of exactly when you'll get it back. Like,
yo, that's important shit to know, man. Yo, what would be dope is we gotta talk about after, but we already built on it. I know Rap's not a Rap Heads person, but I will say we gotta see if we could get you build something with Rap Heads in your education, man.
So I was talking to Dragon's Pitchfork, man. Shout out to Dragon's Pitchfork.
Yeah, he don't really roll with us anymore though, but
he's so I was building with him, and same way, you know. I guess he's getting it done over there now, same way. And that's how it goes, man. You just gotta stay in it, you know.
Keep going.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you feel, honestly, because you've obviously been in the game for a long time, and the environment that, you know, music has, like the value that music holds has changed dramatically since the days of selling actual physical records by the tons. You know, people still do it, obviously. But we're starting to enter an area where the main source of income is actually what used to be considered secondary. Basically what you're talking about, royalties, placements in movies, placements in commercials. You know, these are the ways that we're getting more money now. But back in the day, that was secondary to record sales. Right? So, like, how do you approach that when you're speaking of, like, you know, getting all your things done? Like, it's really rough. Sorry, I gotta turn off the translation.
That is the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? There's no easy button. There's no easy answer. It's a whole bunch of grinding. It's a whole bunch of working. It's getting up at 4 a.m. and putting in the work and, you know, blocking out the distractions and, you know, focusing on what you need to do, because the thing is, it's saturated, right? And
how do you think your best avenue is to try and maybe generate like income through music nowadays? It's tough.
Well, there's lots of different ways, you know. The sync licensing is a big thing, you know. So producers can, you know, go look for some sync license people and submit the beats and see if they like them. You know what I mean? And people are finding ways to make money off their own music, posting it on YouTube. And if they have the right people collecting the royalties, and if they set it up properly, they'll get the right YouTube ID royalties or whatever, right? You know, you set up the beats properly, if people are playing them, you know, they have ISRCs associated with them. And, you know, you have to take some time to learn the business. You know what I'm saying? If you're serious about it, because it's also a very easy time to take people's money from music, because a lot of the where the money is getting paid, it's on the back end, and you can't go there. There's no office building for you to go and visit. Most of the times, if you call those companies, they're going to tell you to send an email, because they're dealing with like hundreds and thousands of people. You know what I'm saying? So it becomes that's why right back to the foundation. That's why, you know, you have to control as many aspects of your career and your music as possible, right? Because you know, you may come to a point where you're like, yeah, you know what, I've been in this for a while, and I've been submitting this music, and I've been doing the metadata, embedding everything, and you know, I still need, I don't really want to do it so much now. I need to see if I could find someone else to do it. Then maybe you want to start looking for a publisher. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise,
I don't know, like
sort of self-published. So, you know, and you might want to take that on. You're self-published, so then you just have to store the information, make sure the information's up to date, you know, and then send it to the distributor with all your information in there. So they're not telling you anything. They're just doing one function. They're just distributing the music. You know, you don't want them to put any metadata in. You don't want them to. You will tell them what to do because you are the artist. You are entering into an agreement with them. It's your business. They become your partner based on you wanting to work with them. You know what I'm saying? So they have to be transparent, or they should be as much as possible. And that's where the problem comes in, because it's like if you're doing business with somebody, you have a fruit stand, okay, and you have a partner. You want to talk to the partner about the money. You want to talk to them about what's going on in the business. You don't, every time you call him, you can't get him on the phone. He's like, yeah, send me an email in 3 days. You're like, I need to know about this light bill right now. And he's like, yeah, I'll email you in 3 days.
I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or something, but like I registered all of Babylon Warchild stuff on SoCan and everything like that. And like, I've never gotten a penny in royalties at all. Like not even like cents. Like I've never even received anything, zero. I've received more for my classical music cello playing, way more like royalties, like 100 times more.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because classical music metadata is different than like pop music or hip hop, and the way they treat it, it has its own corridors and mechanisms of royalties that it travels through that do not intercede with like pop music royalties. Like that ecosystem of how even the labeling of the metadata and how like detailed it is, it's way more detailed. So if you have an orchestra, you have to put what instrument the person played, right?
Totally.
All of that has to go into the metadata, like all of the info, so that the person can get paid properly. You know, how do they appear on the thing? Are they featured, non-featured? You know, and then it can get very confusing, man. So I would say like do the research as much as possible, and let's put out good music, man. Right?
That's what I try to do.
Music, you know, keep yourself busy, and yeah.
Nah, that's good, man. That's good info, though. Definitely empowering info, man.
Yeah. I'm about the artist, man. That's
important.
No,
man.
definitely, man. And
I just feel like music is just so like it sucks because of we're all artists, and like it's just worth so much less than when, like I said, back in the 80s we'd all be millionaires because of record sales and shit. And now it's like the music is not even the valuable part. It's like we're talking about a music video, you know, what people are making money off of, like the video. Like at that point, then it's not even the music that's valuable. It's the whole like art project of like the video and the music. You know what I mean? But
well,
like,
I think they've sort of always sort of gone hand in hand, the visuals with the music. I just think that you know, like I said, now it's just so oversaturated that, you know, to your point, before, back in the day, you pay like a bunch of money for a music video.
Yeah.
And now people are shooting 30-second videos on their iPhone.
That's it.
Right?
That's all they need.
Yeah, as long as there's some sort of visual, only because what the society is used to now, right? What they've been programmed to, you know, sort of accept and, you know, and act out. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But it's all about content. You know what I mean? But for me personally, I'm like, yeah, I understand it's about content, but for me, it's always about the music. You know what I'm saying?
And that's kind of like what I was getting at. It's like,
to me.
back in the day when you bought an album, right? You bought like an actual album or a record, you know what I mean? Like that was just music. That's all it was. Like maybe it had a nice cool cover that you liked, that you maybe bought it for the cover back in the day, but like other than that, yeah, it's like that was music. Like that was actually, you're buying actual music physically.
And we had less distractions too, right?
Yeah. And it would be quiet and listen to a whole album.
Yeah.
We'd have enough patience to be in a room with a bunch of people, listen to a whole album front to back, and no one talks.
Right.
And yeah, there is, I guess, an argument to be said that the cover was part of it, part of the multimedia. You know what I mean?
Sure,
you curl up in bed and read the
liner notes.
The liner notes and listen to the album.
Yeah,
right?
I love that shit.
Yeah.
And that's totally missed on this generation. Like they don't do that anymore. And also like viewing a YouTube video, it's like we're giving 0.25% of our advertising eyes to like this corporation that's where the money's coming from, right? Instead of like the actual music, the physical music. And like it's rough, man. It's gotten to the point where the actual music is not really worth that much anymore, which really sucks.
Yeah, it's saturated, man.
Yeah.
Now they got AI doing people's music.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I've been watching some of that stuff. Totally. It's crazy.
And it's only gonna get better. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's gonna only get better, man. But it'll still never hold any human. It will never. I don't think it'll still never feel the same. It won't feel the same. It might sound the same, but it won't feel the same, man.
I don't think it makes it sound the same.
But like,
you don't think,
vibes, man. There's a certain vibes about music. There's a human element that when a man strums a guitar and like, there's a certain energy that comes with that motion, and that kinetic energy. Like,
but that's what I'm saying.
You could try to reproduce it. You can, because we could do anything with sound waves. Any tool you could try to reproduce it, but it's not gonna affect the people the same. You know what I'm saying? There's
I'll argue
to it, there's a hollowness.
Well, that's what I mean though, by energy, by feeling, I mean, that
within a reasonable time period. That's what I'll argue. I think like within a reasonable time period. Like I think the future of AI is gonna get really crazy. Like where it'll be like indecipherable completely from human. Like
not feeling wise though.
That'll be insane.
Yeah, not feeling wise, but I'm sure we'll be able to copy a lot of things, computers.
I think it's all about just using it, man. Using it. Just use it for what it is. And if you know coders right now, then this is what I feel about AI. It's a different topic, but I'll put it there. It's like, in AI, there needs to be legislation that says only this % of the company of every company from Canada or blah, blah, blah can use this percentage of AI as their employees. In a way, right, to do their work. And
but
if
much money is getting saved, like you think
no, but that's what I'm saying.
Save money, like look what happened
with
the writer's strike right now. That's what the men are trying to get the AI to write the shows.
But how are we gonna buy stuff once that happens? Like how are we gonna
how you're buying it now? You'll buy it through online.
But if we have no money and no work, because the AI is doing it all.
Those who take the microchip will pay like that.
Honestly, Canada
It's already happening.
It is.
I know a couple people that have it. That like
the what?
People that have high positions that they don't carry the money. They just it's just under the skin, bro. It's real.
That's wild.
It's real.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not all of this has been predicted to happen. So this is why I give you Sign of the Times. You know what I'm saying? My next single is Visions. Fresh Kills. And after that, we're gonna drop the album, Work Hard Part 2 retroactive, and that's that whole science of, what it is. These are some tracks from, back then, and some tracks that people haven't heard, So I'll drop some new styles that maybe my fans haven't really heard. Some singing, some reggae dub style. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm versatile. I can, again, shout out DTS. DTS would rock, 15, 20 beats in a row, and he would just rock whatever he wanted. And you can't say, yo, could you change the beat? You'd be like, yo, are you a rapper? Rap. I'm the DJ.
Yeah, you gotta rap on the beat.
Whatever I play, you rap on it.
But you know what that is? That's training. That's hip hop. That's training. That's shadow boxing right there. That's what you're doing.
So that's like you know, that's what it is for me. So me, I just am who I am. You know, I've been in the game a long time, and
Straight up.
I've seen a lot of shit happen, and I've seen a lot of, you know, lost a lot of people through the culture, and you know, through us being not the popular music, and you know, just being the black man doing black man's music, and the fight that we get from just being who we are. You know what I mean? And so I just you hear that. That's me. That's King JUS. You know what I'm saying? That's what you hear in the music. I'm always gonna build on the truth. I'm always gonna try to show the youth something. I'm always gonna, because that's me. That's my brand. That's my brand of hip hop. That's the cloth that I was cut from. You know what I'm saying? The next man might want to talk about champagne and popping booties or whatever. Like, cool. You know, I got a tune like that. She's a dancer. You know, a tune I cut with Alex Dime. So I mean, yeah, we live life too, and you know, we'll rap about whatever is clever. But I mean, for the most part, when you're on the King JUS brand, you're gonna get some hard hitting hip hop that's saying something, that's about something that, you know, you can listen to it next year, 10 years. The shit is timeless. You know what I'm saying?
Are you shooting any videos, or have any videos been shot for the Kills project?
Not as yet. Those we're planning.
Okay, sick. Because we need.
We're releasing single, and then by album time we'll figure it out. You know, because I'm also working on my other album that I have in my own studio, In the Chair Productions, which I got like 20 tracks basically in the bucket. So after this, I'll have to start figuring out all that. You know, same program. You know, it's almost like the machine. It's an engine. You know, all the emailing and all the requesting and all the, you know, you just got to do it. When you're independent, you got to do it, because if you're not doing it, somebody else is going to do it and get their music out same way. So it's like there's no one to blame. There's no one to be mad at. You know what I'm saying? No one's coming to help you. No one's coming to save you. No one's coming to magically sign you. You know what I'm saying? Like, not that it can't happen.
No, just make art.
Yeah, in this day and
make art and protect yourself.
Yeah, and do your thing. You know what I'm saying? And again, get yourself out there and protect your works. Protect your works, because a lot of these people that you think are in charge of protecting your works, they're
brother. I'm so happy with, like, what you taught me is so, like, yo, like, trust me, like, because that's how I feel. I feel like safer. That is the word. I feel better. I feel like a weight off my shoulder. I feel lighter after I release a song, and that's what I do. I put the metadata on it, all of that, you know.
Yeah.
Yo, I feel good.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this is my art.
I got some other stuff to show you, but we'll build on that after, you know. But like,
but yo, any tours, brother? Are you gonna tour the album?
I'm thinking about it, because the thing with this album is, that's why I'm saying this music is timeless, right? Because half of this album was recorded in 2013. Right?
That's what happens when you're speaking like truth, man.
Yeah,
honestly,
that's what I mean.
That's
So it's timeless. It's not gonna, you know, other people haven't heard it. We've heard it. So we're like, yeah, we even cut a bunch of songs from the album that we thought they're a little too dated, you know, because I wasn't shying away from that. You know, some of the songs are 2013, and that's why I called the album Work Hard 2 Retroactive, you know, because those are, you know,
I don't mind that.
Retroactive payments is what you will get if you have not collected your royalties, and then you sign up with some agencies that you employ them to collect those royalties that from the music that might have been played. You have a maximum of 3 years to collect those retroactive royalties. So I just called the album Retroactive because it's older tunes, you know what I'm saying? But I also have the brand new shit that's coming out of my studio. So I got a lot of shit that I'm working on. I'm working with Saber, you know, shout out to Saber, great voice, great singer, you know what I'm saying? My homeboy Anthony King, shout out to Anthony King. So I'm working with a few artists, and you know, just trying to put everything together and stay afloat in this digital world, because I had to adjust, right? Because I've been doing it before. I was here before Spotify. You know what I'm saying? I was here before the digital platform, and we were in the street doing it and handing out the flyers and going city to city and making the connections. Like, that's the hip hop, you know.
And it's still fun. That's how, you know what? I'll tell you the truth.
Like that.
Yo, honestly, brother, that's what I was talking about. Like this AI shit, almost even. It's like, yo, it can't fully take over anything genuine. Like, yo, Something like that. Think
Not
about it.
crazy.
Right now, everyone's online. But when you go somewhere and meet someone in person and build, it's absolutely different.
Yeah.
That connection's stronger. It's different. Now you're building, you know?
Really.
So
We're made for that, man. We're made for each other. We're people. We're supposed to have human to human contact, you know, interaction, you know, thought process. Like, you know, take a look around and see what energy you're getting from the place. And, you know, you don't always have to talk to like know what's going on, but you lose that when a man's behind a computer writing some shit and you don't know who it is. Could be a robot. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who you're talking to. Most people, I see people online arguing with each other. I'm like, man, you guys look so fool. You don't even know who you're talking to.
and they might be robots, even the two arguing. Like it might.
That's what I'm saying, right? You just don't know, man. And
Nice.
that's how it is. That's how it is now, bro. The world done gone crazy.
Yeah, no, fully. I don't know. It's interesting, the whole artificial intelligence debate. I don't know. I read a lot of science fiction, and I do a lot of like, I like science a lot. I really like to study it. And one of my favorite authors actually is Isaac Asimov, and he has a really dope idea called the positronic brain. And basically in his novels, what happens in the future, if this is like thousands of years in the future, 1,000 years in the future, humans are studying the brain, right? And then so like we literally just copy the brain, like here's the brain here, and we like copy every single like piece of it over to the other side, right? Like individual part by part, right? And then like out of nowhere, the positronic brain just starts working out of nowhere. They can't explain how it works. They don't know what's going on. And it just starts inventing faster than light travel. It starts inventing, like, it solves gravity. It does like everything that like we as humans have like come up to like, you know, a point that we can't go beyond. And it's a really interesting idea. And it's kind of the idea of like, okay, I might not know how a carburetor works, right? But like if I like saw a carburetor and I dismantled each nut and screw in it and I like rebuilt it and then I assembled it on the other side, you know, then the carburetor will work, but I can't explain how that carburetor actually works. You know what I mean? Like I didn't
you just
invent
reassembled it.
Exactly. And so I feel like there is a future where that happens with AI, where it goes beyond our actual understanding, or, you know what I mean? And it just, and then at that point, I'd argue maybe we could get the humanity out of it, where it actually becomes a sentient being and it actually is something that we can't. And then maybe there'll be different AIs that maybe some of them train more for writing dope songs.
All right, that's why we need to create. That's why anyone who
life
codes
experiences, they have the life experience of you know, living and could share their life experience. It's an interesting theory, but I'm talking 1,000 years in the future.
I'm
This
trying
is
to build
not like,
anti-AI AI.
tomorrow.
That's what I'm telling you. We need programmers ASAP. Anti-AI AI.
Yeah, I agree.
And we're good. Keep them at bay. You know what I mean? Boom, boom,
for real,
boom.
man.
Yeah. So any
Yeah,
coder out there, any developer, man, you guys do your
Yeah.
part. We're
Get to
gonna keep
work.
making music.
Get to
Yeah.
work, yo.
Stop Asimov from happening.
But yo, honestly, brother, man, like after we rebuilt, man, I appreciate all like the piece of info you shared that helped me. You know what I mean? You didn't have to do that. People usually don't do that. So I appreciate it. And yo, bro, the music is timeless, man. And I'm hyped, man. Like when we do a next Babylon War Child show in Toronto, like, yo, you should rock it with us. You know, we got to build on
I'm
that.
here, man. I'm here.
Yeah.
The independent thinkers got to stand up and stick together. You know what I'm saying?
And when you make any videos, man, send them our way, because we'll play them on the show and stuff, and try to promote and try to give you a little bit more momentum.
Y'all
if
are
possible.
fam, yo. Most def. You know what I mean?
We'll try.
Well, we're gonna try.
We're
We're gonna keep building.
This climate. It's the worst right now, but whatever.
Nah, man, it's gonna work, brother. We just keep going. Like, you know, like look right now. The people on here, they're brothers that are always here. You know. And
Yeah,
some
for
new
sure.
people. You know, so big love, man.
Bless. Big up the new people that just came in.
Yeah, every week we get
Them
a couple
came in
new
through
people.
King Just too. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah. Big up the people. Them.
One of them were talking about NYC Cali was talking about big up Red Zone Records. What is that?
Bam.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yo,
Yeah.
who is that? Yo, who is that?
Yo, sometimes the
NYC,
comments
you know,
surprise us.
Yo, who's on here, man? Okay, so Red Zone Records.
Yeah.
Red Zone Records is my label that I started a long time ago when I was Mr. Blunt.
Nice.
Mr. Blunt, the mastermind, to be exact. And you know, the label, it's still there, but again, you know, I had a label, but it wasn't really a label. It was just my idea for a label, because the knowledge that it really takes to run a label, I just didn't have it. But my idea, you know, for Red Zone Records was where I came up in Hamilton, and you know, Hamilton is pretty rough, man. So like most of the city is a red zone, you know, police everywhere. In my day and thing, like it was hectic, you know what I mean? So but yeah, that's crazy that somebody recalled the RZ record, because nobody knows about, like, people don't really know. Some people probably from back in the day might know, you know what I mean? But
NYC Cali.
Yeah,
Steel City.
Big up
Steel
NYC
City.
Cali. Yeah.
I lived in Steel City once. I played in the Brought Orchestra. I was in the
Hamilton
Dennis-
Philharmonic.
Yeah. I was a cello player. Like before, like I was the youngest member ever, actually.
Okay,
Which is
dope. So
kinda
you
crazy.
played
Classically,
instruments.
totally,
I
like
played,
100%.
yeah, I played a couple instruments too. I played tenor
Sick.
sax. I played
No way.
trumpet. I played the drums.
Sick.
So you know, I've always loved music, and I'm just about music, man. I'll listen to anything, you know.
Perfect.
As long as I can
That's
feel
what
the
I'm all
vibe
about.
of the singer and they actually believe what they're singing, and there's some feeling coming through the fucking speakers, then I'll give it a listen. I'll give it a vibe, because everybody's got a story to tell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what this.
How did you
music
end up
is.
in Hamilton?
I came to Hamilton from Dominica at 15 months old.
Wow. Okay, sick.
And then I bounced to Toronto when I was about 19, 20.
Where is
Been here ever
where
since.
in
PK
Dominica?
all day, baby. Parkdale, man. That's how we do it. PK,
Where-
dig it up. Yeah,
where
yeah.
in Dominica is your family from?
All over Dominica.
there.
Francis'
Oh, yeah.
family is massive in Dominica. My grandfather,
No way.
he owns the town of Bagatelle.
Oh, for real?
My grandfather, yeah, he owned a bunch of shit when he was, you know, back there. He had a bunch of 19. So he had them living on this estate, and you know, just started to buy up this piece of land, that piece. Next thing you know, the whole thing is owned by my family. So
It's a real island, man. It's so awesome. It's a real island. It's not a sandbar.
Yo, you shouted out Parkdale right now.
PK
And,
all day. Woo!
Yo, an hour ago, Marak shouted up Parkdale in the comments.
PK, PK or bust. If it ain't PK, it ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do it. Yeah. I love Parkdale, man.
Adam says, Raf, check Discord.
That was a while ago, because we had Born King's social info. Actually, I wanted to ask you, do you ever hang out, like, do you know Born King or the gods and Xing Xing?
I do. I know Born King. I know Born King.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you ever get into that Nation of Gods and Earths at all?
That's where my name comes from. My King Just isn't a rap name. You know what I'm saying? It's a short form of my. It's a short form of my attribute, King Justice Allah. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, perfect.
Nation of gods and earths, peace to the gods, peace to the earths. You know what I'm saying? And that's the education. Again, that's the culture. You know what I'm saying? Peace to my educators, Rassam born ruler Allah, Hakim God or ruler Allah. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
You know, gave me knowledge of myself, which made me stand upright as a man and understand that once I have knowledge of myself, that nobody can make me a slave to anything. You know what I'm saying? So we just keep it real with reality. So reality will keep it real with us, and we just keep it moving, you know?
So how did you come into knowledge? Did you first meet
the brother that brought the knowledge to me was Eclipse.
No way.
Hey,
okay, awesome. Crown of Thorns represent.
One understand.
Amazing artist. Incredible
God
artist.
brought me he brought me the idea of the knowledge first. He had met up with the brothers.
That's
you know
legit.
And they had a meeting or something, and then he came to me
official.
to add on, and I went there. I met up with the brothers, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The rest is history, you know?
Man, I've always loved Crown of Thorns and their whole vibe.
Crown of
They're
Thorns,
so
Bless, you know what I'm saying?
Legendary, bad.
We have that one. I want to big up DJ Unknown too from Troopers.
Oh, yo, shout out DJ Unknown too, man.
Unknown, like top notch producer. I even got some
So dope,
banging joints
man.
for him too. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like another man that really knows his music and thing is a real
Yeah, that's someone else I always
really
wanted to
dope
make music
producer.
with, man.
Yeah,
And I
man,
never
real.
ended up doing it. But yo, man,
Yeah.
he's so dope, man.
Yeah, he's
Good
man.
human too. Yeah.
He's working, man. He's blessed. He's mad peace, man. DJ,
Yo, man, it's nice that's what I'm
Steel.
saying. Like, yo, Toronto, man, like just Hamilton, that whole like I don't know, Hamilton mans are in Toronto all the time. Like at the same time,
Yeah, same vibe.
it's like, yo,
It's the
there's
pathway.
such a beautiful culture of hip hop. Like growing up, man, like I grew up making at 93, I was 13. That's when I started like freestyling, like on road, you know? And boom, when in 98, I made my first track and like released the first track. Or
There
whatever.
you go.
So I'm just like, yo, that's the time. So I remember like, oh man, the culture was so nice, man. There was so many things to look up to. There's so many challenges that made it good. And like it being so underground, it was hard. We wanted more, but yo, it felt like at the same time in hindsight, he kept the culture so raw.
Yo, sorry, True Buzz is fire for True, man.
Yeah.
True
True Buzz is fire. Go check True Buzz out. You know what I'm saying? Go check out their Spotify page. Those brothers.
Yup.
You know, still building on the truth. You know, righteousness. You know, slamming beats. DJ Unknown is the producer. You know what I'm saying? And they had different members at different times through the years in the group, but you know,
I didn't even know
they're
they're
definitely doing it, man. You know, what I'm
they're
saying?
still there, eh?
I'm not sure. I'm
forever,
not sure.
man.
The brothers are still there. I'm not sure if what the group situation
Maybe
is. Because
reach
okay.
out to them, see if
we got to get
on
them
the
on
show.
here, man.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be
a
good
nice
history.
throwback.
hit up
Yeah.
Unknown and
That'd be
Tell
cool.
him to get on here.
Yeah, for sure.
He's doing a lot of work, man. So I just want to big up all the people that I worked with because you know
hit them up, man.
from back in the day, like I was saying, like Color Brown, Jay Wise, Eclipse, like those cats will show up on my album. You know, they'll be on Work Hard Part 2 Retroactive. They'll make an appearance. Color Brown. You know,
man, Steel City, just represent Steel City, man. Honestly, like
I know.
you guys have a lot of good artists, man. Like, not to mention all of those dudes you mentioned. Plus, like Lee Reed, you got Mookie out there.
Maybe some of the newer MCs I'm not really aware of so much because I've been in Park Hill so long now. But you know,
yeah, man.
The Steel City vibe. It's gritty. It's grimy. It's you know, it's always been like that. It's always gonna be like that.
Love performing in Hamilton, man. That's my favorite place to go.
They're trying to build it up now and make it look pretty and all that, but it's not really working.
It's hard. Yo, my sister ended up moving there.
Yeah,
my sister moved there for a minute, like when they first had their first kid, and I was like, I went there to visit. And it's like, yo, this
maybe
place
if you live on the
is
hilltop, maybe if you live on the hilltop up there, you're all right. But downtown, like
it was grimy everywhere, yo.
Yeah, that's where I'm from. I'm a downtowner. Yeah, I'm always a downtowner wherever I'm at. I'm always living in the hood wherever I'm at.
I pass by some spot, like yo, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's Hamilton, different vibe, man. Kind of a New York vibe, kind of. You know what I'm saying?
Different.
You got to really know how to move around there too, because there's a lot of elements you don't want to bump into and be on the wrong side of the tracks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
No, it's vibes. Like, it's notorious, man. Like, you know, man,
I like it.
The mob is run Hamilton.
Yeah.
Day one. It's the perfect like channel from the US to Canada, and like, no, it's totally been gully from time, man.
And that's the thing, when you grow up there, you're gonna, you know what I'm saying? When you're gonna meet up with some people and you're gonna go to school with some peoples and you know what I mean, you're just gonna know what's going on.
Yeah,
I lived up in Dufferin. You just learn how to move from those times, you know. Yeah.
No,
but it was different then too, you know what I'm saying? The hip hop thing was different too because it was new. So the main thing was everyone was trying to be as unique as possible. Right?
Yeah, you're supposed to be.
No one wanted to have the same rap style. No one wanted the beats all sounding the same, right? Like man would get knocked out. If there's a battle and you come to a battle and the next man hear you chip off a little piece of his style and put it in your thing, you may lose a tooth.
Totally.
You know what I'm saying? Because man, we ain't defending that. We're defending have your own shit. Tell your story. Let's hear what you went through. Don't bite my shit. This is my understanding. These are my blood, sweat, and tears. You don't have any claim to these just because you hear me talking about them. If you didn't live it, you better tell me about your shit. Because if you're trying to take my shit, that means that you'd also like the strife and the anguish and the problems and the depression. Right? So if you want to share some of that as well as what you think is the glamour, then be my guest.
100%, man.
And that's why you don't see BTS smiling all day every day.
Yeah, for real. To bring it back, yo.
Stand firm.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, man. No, it'd be nice to get DTS on you too. I don't know if he's feeling like
you should, man. You should.
That'll be nice.
Like, dude, that would be fun, man.
I'd
love to.
Man, them true, because I'll tell you this.
Well, we need
no one else has done it.
Let's do it.
Claim to be Toronto, this, that, they know this, that. How come I ain't seeing the man?
No, yo, the history's not really being told completely.
It's not. So
pieces of it are really missing.
Yeah, we have the responsibility to bring the man. We got the platform.
We're looking at pieces right here that are missing.
The problem is like history started with like YouTube's internet now, and like
so
anything
they say,
we had the first video
that doesn't freaking exist in stupid people's minds, but there's a lot of dope stuff out there that's,
But listen, it's like this. That's not our fault. It's not my fault if you weren't born in the era to get to see Michael Jordan play and you think LeBron's the GOAT. It's not my fault. I seen them both.
Yeah.
I seen Michael Jordan when the time is running down. Listen, Michael Jordan, dude, you know he's gonna get the ball, you know he's gonna shoot, you know he's gonna hit it. You know the ball is going to Michael Jordan in the last couple minutes, and 99% of the time, you know that he's gonna drain that shot. LeBron is not the GOAT.
I'll agree 100% with that. Where do you think Lillard's going? Where do you think Lillard's going?
Madness, man. Because you weren't born in that era, because you were tuned in when YouTube was born. You think you know what was going on back then? Get out of here, man.
Oh man, the first basketball game I ever watched was Michael Jordan, and he lost.
He's like a superhero, though, man.
Yeah, literally, dude. Yeah,
no,
I don't want to hear no word of that. LeBron, after the man gets swept out 4 games, we try to hide it. Oh, I'm retiring. Shut up.
Jordan's the GOAT.
Sweet,
Jordan's
bro.
the GOAT.
Well, that's when I used to watch that.
Back on that. But I want the Raptors to make an offer for Lillard, man. Lillard's on the table right now.
Trade Siakam, bro.
Yeah, man, we need to do whatever we can to get Lillard, man.
Gotta trade Siakam. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of Flynn and those men that you don't let play anyway. Get rid of Porter Jr. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of some of those.
If Dame comes to Toronto, I'm getting him on the show, man.
No, I don't think he's gonna love Toronto though. You think he'll love it here?
Yo, I don't know. Like,
I don't know, man.
Yo, just bring him to the hood. Just bring him bring him right into bring him live to this radio. Bring him to your house.
Dude, he can spit. He can spit. He's I know that one track.
Yeah, you can go on.
One freestyle on Sway and Tech or something, or the Breakfast Club. But yeah, no, I'm a Raptors fan. But yeah, Jordan's a GOAT for sure. And just because, if you didn't see it, then you don't understand.
And that's all I'm saying. I'm just saying that people have to give the respect to the people who laid the foundation.
100%.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, you're down with them when the foundation is being laid, and they're gonna forget you later on when they reach a certain heights.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's some
and on today in particular, that is something that came to me really heavy today in particular. You know what I'm saying? I came across a couple things, a couple posts, and I'm just going to sort of keep it to myself except for what I've told you. But today's a day of understanding. And today for me, I understood some real serious things about before and after, and how you should consider what you're doing before and after. You should always think before you speak or before you make an action, because people are watching, man. Somebody's always watching. When you think people aren't watching, somebody's always doing the knowledge. You know what I mean? So for me, I would say that today, those who are soloists, you got to be a soloist, man. You know, if you're a solo artist, continue to be a solo artist, man. You know, big up those people who big you up. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean by that?
I'm saying shout out the people that shout you out. You know, big up people who support you. You know, don't keep people around that don't really support you, but sort of still hanging around your shit. And you know, they're so busy. Oh, wow,
yo, bro,
you're so busy, bro. You're so busy. You're so busy that you can't take a 10 seconds to text a man and say, yo, 5 minutes, bro. I'm just saying, for me, everybody isn't the same, but for me, I look at those things and how people deal with people. You know what I'm saying? And I'll just leave it at that. Today I understood that when you help people build things, they may not look for you. They may not look for you later when they should look for you.
Yo, bro, this has been my life.
When no one else was around, you were around. You know what I'm saying? When no one else was around, you were around, and you showed up for them.
Yeah.
Yo, brother, you know this is my life.
You're not gonna see you in their game, bro. And that, to me, today, that's the great understanding that I got today, is that I will remain to stand on my own too, and spit fucking fire.
Do it. That's how you do. You keep doing what you're doing, because it's amazing, bro. Like, yeah. And it's nice to understand that, bro. Yo, that's freedom. It's funny. I don't know if it's something in the air, bro, but I'm exactly that. That's been recently. I've been back on that. I'm like, yo,
the best.
It's like I just have to be free of it all. It's like,
hold on.
It's
give me
like
1 sec. Somebody's at the door. Give me 1 sec.
Yeah.
For me, it's like we should probably try to wrap up the interview soon.
Yeah. That's true.
But
6:30. But no, we should play a song actually. Like, do you have anything else?
Is there something else that you'd like us to play from you?
Yo, play. I don't know. Play what you like. There's tunes on. There's tunes on Bandcamp. There's tunes on. Well, you know what? There's some tunes on SoundCloud too. There's some shit there with like. There's some older shit there with like Boozy. Which yo, that's the next man. Boozy from Chupas. You remember Boozy?
Oh, of course, man.
Okay, so I guess he has a track out. His new name is Jagon, and he has a track with Kills called "Make It Right."
What's his new name?
Jagon. If you search Fresh Kills "Make It Right," you'll see. I think it's Jagon.
Oh shit!
All right, dude. The shit is fire.
I love when people make. I see it. All right, I love when people make new.
I love working with Boozy. Real talented artist. You know what I'm saying? He could sing. He could rap. You know what I'm saying? Real good writer. You know what I mean? So all these people, I like rate them. I rate writers. You know, I like because I'm an MC. I'm a writer. So you know, the gift of being able to write and then put a picture in somebody else's mind with your words. It's a gift. You know what I'm saying? And it's like not everyone really has it, but too fucking bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I always respect the writers more. I always lean more toward working with the writers and people that can understand concepts of songs and, you know, how to put a song together properly with, you know.
It's important.
So yeah, it's like the MC Scroll, bro. MC Scroll. Only certain man get ratings. Mm-hmm. MC Scroll. You know, that's what I'm working with.
MC Scroll?
Yeah. MC Scroll, bro. The MC Scroll. Only the best of the best on the scroll. Only the
best shit. The MC Scroll.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not dealing with no subpar talent. I only work with people that I like, you know, that I believe in their shit and I believe in them as like artists and people that are actually doing something for the culture.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So Miz, big up yourself, bro.
Yo,
I know you've been through a lot of shit, you know, ups, downs, like, you know, I don't know the entire story, but I know lots of the story, and no matter what, you got to stand firm and do your thing, bro, and, you know, keep doing your thing, keep writing, keep building, you know what I'm saying, keep making connections, keep learning, keep sharing, you know, and everything's gonna work out, man. Because it's like you said, people have different understandings. Maybe you got into a thing with somebody 10 years ago, but we live and learn, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe you got into.
But I
10
appreciate
things.
that, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I know what I know what it's like. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the whole process. The whole process is like just building, and it's like exactly everyone's gonna have their own understanding after, you know. So it's like I can reflect on something, I can work, I can understand, I could take accountability, you know, and work on my habits and reactions, and you know what I mean. But that doesn't mean anyone owes anyone needs to accept anyone's apology or anything. You know what I mean? And it's not even about that. Even it's not even about really an apology. It's just about that was then. Those are lessons. It's like everyone's just doing their thing, and we're just building. You know?
Yeah.
I'll be right back. My dog's whining. I'll be right back.
All right. But yeah, no, I appreciate it though, brother, because that's like, that's how I feel too. But yeah, man, that's what it is, man. We just got to keep going, making music, making art, and doing fun shit, man. That's why this other. I'm just trying to do what's fun in life, man. I can't.
Yeah. I see some of your videos. They kill me.
Just trying to have fun, you know what I mean? Look at these grades, bro. I'm trying to enjoy my life.
Yeah, that shit is funny. I like that shit.
I got my cowboy character, you know?
Yeah, you can't be too serious all the time. Like, you got to try to live a little, you know, have a little bit of.
My purpose is
Marley say, long time we don't have no nice time. You know?
Straight, man.
Thing, man.
That's one of the things that I do. You know what I mean? It's about that. It's about like, educating people through, vulnerability and showing them exactly what I'm going through, even though it can be weaponized against me at all times if someone wants to. But who cares?
Bro,
that's what I've learned.
The truth can never be weaponized against you, man.
Well, heal other people though. Because now other people, that's the powerful part of it. Right?
Yeah. You can't be afraid of the truth being.
No, it doesn't even matter at that time.
You can't even use the,
that's not
that side of the thing is gonna end up very.
You know what it is? What I've learned? That's not my problem. That thought process from somebody else, that's not my problem.
No, it ain't.
My reaction could be my problem. You know what I'm saying? Boom. And that's it, man.
So we gotta have self-control, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Do the knowledge. It's the main thing, you know? Because once you do the knowledge, you're good to go. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely,
take your time,
man.
Take it in, have a thought, you know?
Definitely,
think about it before reacting and
exactly
a problem that maybe you can't get out of, or just a problem that you don't really even want to have, because who wants problems, man?
Nah, those are strings. All of these are different strings attached to how you're moving. Like every issue with somebody is a string attached to how you're moving. And like I know that, but eventually they fall out. You got to just keep going. But that's what I'm saying. The good music. I know we were supposed to build for a minute, but I've just been catching up on life. I'm there right now.
Yeah.
But we're gonna build, man. When when it
man.
makes sense. Like
Believe
I can't wait.
I'm not. Listen, bro. I was up at 4 and I didn't. I started cooking a beat. Like I started thinking about it, and then I looked at the time, and I'm like, oh shit, I got to do the interview in like 15 minutes. So I got to put that on hold. And when I'm done, I'm gonna go cook it up until I fall asleep, and then I'm gonna wake up again at 4 a.m. and I'm gonna get on the emails. I'm gonna do my shit, and I'm gonna make a beat by whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Keep it
by
going.
whatever time that is, and try to build up my catalog. Making some beats for some sync licensing and shit now, so I'm building the catalog too. So I got lots to keep me busy, a lot of mixing to do. So it never ends, man. Maybe I can get AI to be a secretary.
You probably can still. I think there is like a secretary AI on
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I might have to look into that part of it. As long as it makes people's lives easier, man.
Well, that's what I mean. If you use it as a tool, and if the people force legislation where it's like only an X amount can be, you know what I mean? Like X amount in this industry, X amount in that industry, that can be percentage-wise AI workers or whatever, or replace workers through AI. I'm rambling, but you know what I mean?
No, I mean, the only thing is once people see power in something, like look, once
we got to bun them out
once they
before
see
that.
they can spy on people from the phones. You think the phones are gonna get turned off? You think anybody's reverting back to flip phones? Like no, but
well, something's got to happen.
everybody's used to having the phone, so it's like, yeah, we don't really like you're tracking yourself. Like sometimes I even take the phone when I roll, bro, because I feel like, yeah, I don't want to be tracked today, because even when it's off, it's on. You know what I mean? So I don't always carry it. I don't. Sometimes I just like to remember what it was like when when everybody didn't have a phone. And because when I was a youth, it wasn't like that. You know what I mean? We just figured our brethren would be at the ball court.
Bro, what do you mean? You had to
yeah, school was done 15. So we were more using our minds to try to like suss out our brethren's energy. Oh, I knew you would be here. He's not always gonna be there. You know what I'm
see
saying?
him on the same train, the same cart, and the whole thing. Like,
you know,
I remember it was like
the Chrysalids. You ever read that book?
No.
Yeah, that's a great book.
Chrysalids, man. It's all
really
about
dope book.
The mind, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
these
mental.
kids sending thought shapes to each other from like hundreds of miles away and thing. It's dope.
I've always said that actually really needs to be made into a movie, because
they would never want people to have to see the power of the mind like that.
It's such a dope movie.
They're gonna give you Pootie Tang instead.
Yeah, and they're gonna exactly.
But I feel like that's one of the great pieces of literature actually that hasn't been turned into a movie, that lends itself perfectly to a dope movie that's actually action filled and like interesting.
That would be like a Matrix type.
Yeah,
flip, right?
No, it's a sick book, man. Definitely read that shit if you ever get a chance. I think it's probably in public domain. It's old.
It's old, but it's powerful, man.
Good.
You know,
yeah, should make a movie then.
When you're reading that kind of stuff as a kid, you know, these are the thought processes that you're having, that like, oh, there's something more powerful than that my mind can do. You know, there's a greater purpose. There's something greater that I can do that's not just physical.
And it actually teaches a good lesson about like discrimination and racism as well. Because like in the book, the people who have the mental abilities are kind of like there's prejudice. Yeah, there's prejudice against them from the rest of the world.
Yeah.
But they have these amazing abilities that can help people. Yeah, it's just a really cool conflicting idea of notions. And like it's a really smart book.
It's deep.
It's really dope. I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah, I've done some reading, you know. I like reading too.
That's good.
You can escape a little bit with reading some knowledge and reading some real facts and reading some history about what was going on when you weren't really around. And you know,
I work at a bookstore actually, and like Chrysalids is still in the curriculum today for certain schools.
Oh, yeah,
because I read that in probably grade 5 or 6 or something.
Shit, I don't read that at all. What school did you guys go to?
Toronto Public Schools. Yeah,
I was in Toronto Public School.
It was definitely part of the curriculum back in the day. I think 5 or 6 I read it with the class, but I think I reread it afterwards because it was so dope. It was actually a good book that you read in school. And like it was kind of like that was few and far between back then, because you're like, fuck, man, I have to read this book in school. And then it was actually dope.
Like, I need to find a friend that I could send these shape thoughts to. So when we're doing the test,
try to run that.
Totally.
Ask them what's the answer to number 9.
Yep. Straight. Yeah, man. Seal, what's that track again? What track should we play? Give us a name, man.
I don't know what you got. I don't know what you're looking at there, Miz.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just searching YouTube at the moment. What should I do?
It's tough, and that's like
there's so much.
What I was talking about before is like, you know, it's hard. Like when I was looking up stuff for King JUS, you know what I mean? Like there's not that much, you know what I mean?
Well, if you go to Google, if you Google King JUS, it'll all pop up. Although there's now a couple other King JUS, which I've had to
no, that's always a problem with Canadian artists.
Pages, you know, music coming onto my page and thing, and I remember back in the day, a man was like, "Yo, King JUS, don't you think King JUS from Wu-Tang would be upset?" And I'm thinking, I'm thinking to myself, dude, King JUS is not a rap name, but because you don't have knowledge of self and you're not a member of the nation of gods and earth, then you wouldn't know that, and you would just assume that King JUS is just a rap name. But it's so much deeper than that, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So for me, when I see all these King JUS popping up, I'm interested to know, like, how did you come up with your name? The foundation of it, because I know I've been King JUS before the digital age. You know what I'm saying? And,
Well-
and there was only one other brother, and that's the God King Just. He's a god body as well. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So-
basically, what I was gonna say is that nowadays it's like if I'm trying to research someone, it's like I just go on the internet and like see what the internet says, right?
there's so many of them.
But like what you were saying, it's like if I was like actually back in the day researching an interview for you,
bam, quick,
right
away.
it's like I'd like ask like Citizen Kane or someone, or like, do you know this guy? Or you know, I'd like actually ask Eclipse, be like, hey, like, do you know? Like, tell me about this guy. You know what I mean? But
Now
like,
it's saturated.
it's the easy out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was taking the easy out. But if this was like actually like a analog radio show in the early late 80s, yeah, I would actually have to do that. And you know what? I actually have a news story about that we were going to talk about later about Canada's Bill C-18, which just passed. Absolutely idiotic.
Colonizers.
We can talk about it afterwards. But
Okay,
it's
yo,
really
spin.
fucking with the
So
internet.
what's it all about, man?
Which
About-
the C- or-
Spin. So what's it all about? This is produced by Fresh Kills.
Okay, sure.
This is one of our offerings that's more like heavy metal / hip hop.
Okay, let's go.
Some
Nice.
of that high energy shit.
I love Kills.
Yeah. Fresh Kills. Big up Fresh Kills, a super
Yeah.
producer.
He was just on the show like 2 weeks ago.
Big up Fresh Kills. He's doing his thing. He's doing a lot of touring and thing. You know what I'm saying? So
All right, yo, let's get in.
I said it's all about this hip hop, and it ain't never stopping. Who they think they was fooling? This is a tool for kings, a constant state of the union, so you can see what they doing. Because words can empower and words can ruin. Look, picture a man who's living less than a man, loving it and eating it all up, then feeding it to his fam of fans. JLA Victory King, stop being stupid. If you giving free labor to the slaver, then you lost player. Might sound harsh, but I'm trying to save ya from the 666 engraver, the beast, the chief, and the hip hop police. Cause they all just trying to play you, wanna blast you with a heater or just blaze you with a taser, and then
People are trying to get into the building. They have not been able to.
Yeah, this is a crazy
The
time
situation
signature.
is very volatile.
Fresh Kills, baby.
They're trying
Yeah,
to
this
get
is
a
out
little
there.
bit closer. You can see they are throwing
Nasty.
bottles. They are throwing things at the police officer. I guess you can say
Damn.
the situation is somewhat contained. These things are happening every 5 to 10 minutes.
Chapter 2, the word of God officially rated. The authentic linguistics, so suckers hate it. But what's the sense of false pretense? Trying to be it when you ain't it. The result is the current distorted picture that's now been painted subconsciously by those who hate it. Those who claim to love it or do it or pursue it. I've seen them abusing it and trying to turn it into fashion or for material satisfaction, but lack the real passion to kickstart the rebel action. So I'm asking, hey DJ, did you play my song? We try to build a star system, can't y'all see what's going on? How you helping out the home and native land? State your biz. Do you even really know what this is or what it gives? It's the power to advance. It's the power to rule. It's the power to give life. It's the power to school. Hip hop's the power to attract with facts. It's magnetic. It's the balance of power. Keeping the kinetic energetic. It's the power.
Yo. Let's
Yo.
let's let it run one
Yeah,
time.
we working hard, you know what I'm
Alright,
saying? My mic won't
Work
fail
hard.
me. Yo, Kills, what up? Mic check. Working hard. Yo, King Just, you know what I'm saying? Big Kills. Yeah. Yeah, Red Zone.
But this one's worth hard.
Let's go.
Damn.
I'm up early in the morning with my mind on the mic on. Damn, it feels good to know why I was born. I take a second, reflect on all the hardships, bumps and dips, slide, but refuse to slip. It wasn't easy in school, they tease me and try to flop my plan. Talk all the they can to this young man, but this young man had a plan to hip hop the planet from the sea to the sands. And I don't really need a hand, just a soul clap. I'm just a cold motherfucker with some hot rap tracks, so you can chat. Behind
my back black, but I got stacks of raps of felines and cats. Straight facts, it's never gonna end. Again, this mic my only friend, so you can comprehend why I get so bent when they pretend that it's them. Red zone emblem to the rescue again. My Trump cars that I work hard, cross praying to God that this mic don't fail me now. No way for the great talk slinger, even as a beginner, I knew this mic won't fail me. Trump cars that I work hard, cross praying to God that this mic don't fail me now. No way, no how, not now, not ever. How you think I keep this thing together? Another hot summer day on the block in the dock. Cop spot checking G's for Glocks and rocks. And it don't stop and won't stop no time soon. So I strive to contrive dope vibes from my living room. Pick a tune is handcrafted. How many sucker MCs are outlasted? Blasted, did what I had to do. Battle one man or his crew like I ain't had nothing better to do. So it won't fail or fall, crack, chip, or bust. My mic radius is catastrophic. Try to stop this young ghetto prophet, you can't. So if you love hip-hop, raise your hands. Mic mechanics when you're planning come in handy. It's ear candy, it's dandy. So haters can't stand me, but never upper hand me. Nope, you're nuts. Even then you still get bust. Nope, with King Just Cause. My Trump cars that I work hard. Cross praying to God that this mic don't fail me now. No way for the great talk slinger. Even as a beginner, I knew this mic won't fail me. Trump cars that I work hard. Cross praying to God that this mic don't fail me now. No way, no how, not now, not ever. How you think I keep this thing together?
Oh, and that's Uncle Fast. Big up my homie Uncle Fast. You know what I'm saying?
On the cuts, I was just gonna ask.
That's Hill's homeboy from Halifax. I'm into. Maybe I was just born and stuck on Capricorn, but I had to get it because it's all I got. Enough of my childhood heroes got shot or brought up on charges a lot, doing a dime a pop. So I thought I better not. Cause prison ain't living, it's surviving in a hostile environment. Become a slave to the government. Man, it's gotta be a better way to spend my days. So I put pen to paper and learn to make a timeless hit. No bullshit here. I make a fake sucker's ego disappear. Poof. Like 180 proof, I'm clear and dangerous. The stomach straight, that's how I come, you can't cut it. Work hard, how I live and die. Why? Ain't no question, just the reason why. My Trump cars that I work hard. Cross praying to God that this mic don't fail me now. No way for the great talk slinger. Even as a beginner, I knew this mic won't fail me. Trump cars that I work hard. Cross praying to God that this mic don't fail me now. No way for the great talk slinger. Even as a beginner, I knew this mic won't fail me. Trump cars that I work hard. Cross praying to God that this mic don't fail me now. No way, no how, not now, not ever. How you think I keep this thing together?
Sick. Yeah, man.
Fresh Kills on the production. Big
Yeah,
up
that's pretty
TQ
wild.
Digital for the master.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My next homie TQ. I just big up all my peoples, man, because these are all the peoples that this is sort of like my team that I've worked with for the last bunch of years. And like I said, I'm pretty selective when it comes to the people I work with. I'm a pretty snobby dude when it comes to hip hop because that's how I am. You don't like it? It's too fucking
You
bad.
kind of have to be.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, if you're making art, you're gonna make art that you want to make. So
and
it
I
doesn't
want to
matter.
make it with the people I want to make it with.
Yeah, it's your art.
Fucking funny style motherfuckers or like fucking secret hating niggas or nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just want to make want the vibes to flow and yo, trust me, I'm
That's
through.
facts, bro.
I'm through with it, man. I'm trust
Yo,
me,
me too.
Today, bro. I'm through with it, man. Today,
Nice.
like
I'm with you, brother. Let's
No.
go. Fucking
no more
man.
than that, man. Today I'm through with it, man. It's done.
Well, it's like
Yeah.
a waste of energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't waste your energy and you
No,
can't let.
man.
Yo, we're connected. We're talking about how connected we are to the thoughts. We're connected. You know the 6 feet apart. In reality, like our auras are touching when we're any closer. You know what I mean? Like actually, our fields are touching, and now they're whatever energy is right there beside that person in a club, wherever you are, is right around you. In that studio is right around.
Man.
It's connected to you now.
Yeah, man. That's why I burn sage in the studio, bro. People come into my
Nice.
studio, I just burn some sage, man. I'm a vibes man still. I don't know where the people them come from, what kind of things. Some men have bad-minded thoughts, but they're just around you trying to suck your
100%, brother.
energy and shit and smiling and grinning, but really they're hating you every second of what you are. And really they're just around to see if you fail so they can laugh or like,
Yo, brother.
I told you you wouldn't make it, right? Fuck them, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I have a song
Yeah.
called This Is Vengeance, bro. I'm gonna play you that
man.
next time. It's
Straight.
about that. bun it, yo. This is
Straight. That's all
Yeah.
the artists that are out there, man. Don't let nobody down your shit. You know what I mean? Believe in
Nah,
yourself.
man, you're an artist that you lead with your heart, bro. Your music is
man.
art. Your music is art. You've always been like really honest, and it's like,
Respect.
and just like that, you know how you like shared that information with me earlier this year. You shared a bunch of it on the show. Like that stuff is not what people do, and the people that do that actually have big hearts. And they actually are not worried about another person because another person isn't their competition.
No, 'cause
And look at it. You're a dope MC and you're still not worried about nothing. Right. So it's like, yo, honestly, brother, I get you. And I think that's what time it is in this world right now. There's like some spiritual shift. And it's like, yo,
Yeah, man.
it's that's what it is. Cause I feel exactly the same.
Yeah,
That's
man.
where I'm at. There's no time. I have no more time. It's like, yo, I am love and I have no more time. You know, if someone sees me from the eyes of yesterday, that's their problem.
True.
But I am love
It's true.
and I have no time and I create art and I'm going to have fun and smile, try to help people in the process and build.
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing, bro. So
Yeah.
keep it moving, man.
Because the other part of it is we don't give a shit about nobody else. I can't be nobody else. Everybody else is already taken, bro. I can be myself, man.
Yeah, straight
So
up.
I could give two shits if a man has 100 mil, if he has $1. It don't matter to me, man. You know what
Honestly,
I'm saying?
I'm going to give like, yo,
I've seen all types, man.
yeah,
You know?
10 shits.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to just like, yo.
I've seen all types, bro.
No,
I've seen all types.
elephant shits, man. Elephant.
Yeah.
shit.
I'm just glad to still be doing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad to still be here in the 50th
Sorry, bro.
year of hip hop.
Bless.
You know what I'm saying? Representing and
Nice.
you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I outlasted a bunch of MCs from my time. You know what I'm saying? There's a few of us left that are still sort of actively doing it, but I outlasted a lot of them cats, and you know, it's just based purely on the music and purely on the substance. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that I'm not gonna quit. I'm not gonna stop. It doesn't matter. You're gonna see King JUS. I took a little hiatus. You know what I'm saying? Went through some family shit. You know what I'm saying? Like heavy, like couldn't see my youths, couldn't talk to them, like all types of like heinous shit because people are just trying to be evil. But instead of being negative about it, I put myself into the music. You know what I'm saying? I got my certificates. I, you know, started learning the shit about the back end and, you know, figuring out these royalties and the publishing. And I just put my energy into everything positive because, you know, people are trying to bring you down and that's exactly what they want. They want you to come outside yourself and then they got you. You know what I mean? But
Word.
you get knowledge of self, you got a strong mind, bro. You just stand firm. And that's why that's DTS is saying, bro, stand firm. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
We got to get the brother on here, man. Try to set that
for
up in that
sure.
plan, like,
That's the real shit. That shit has helped me through some dark times and shit. Stand firm.
Yeah.
I mean,
Anyways, I think we're gonna probably wrap up the interview.
Yeah, we
segment.
should wrap.
It's been about an hour and a half, so
big it
don't
up,
take
yo.
all your
Thanks,
time.
thanks to the man them for having me in. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know what it is.
The people's support King JUS. You know what I'm saying? Support Sign of the Times. Support
Sick.
Fresh Kills. Support Miz. You know, support the whole team, man. Support each other. You know what I'm saying? Because we're Canadian, man. We're in here.
Yeah.
We're in here trying
Support
to fight
STILTZ.
Yeah. Yo, one more thing.
What am I, chopped liver over here?
One more
Like,
thing
what
on
the
the
fuck?
royalty tip. One more thing on the royalty tip, so the people know how serious it is.
Yeah.
If you Google the black box, and you're gonna see what's happening with all of these unclaimed royalties, and the CMRRA is trying to get as much money as they can for their clients before it goes to the public allocation, which at that point it goes like to the open market, and then the people that are owed the money are probably not going to get it because it's going to go to the top earners in that.
Yeah, I feel like I have money in the black box.
Google the black box. Do yourself a favor and at least get some knowledge so you can see what's going on. Then you'll know exactly what you need to do as an independent artist to, like, you know, keep your shit straight and have motherfuckers take you seriously. You know, save your metadata, man. Save it, store it, update it, share it with the people you're doing music with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's King JUS's free game.
All right.
Yo, 100%, brother. Yo, peace, brother.
Thank you so much for dropping by, man. And send us anything new. We're totally down to play it and shit.
I got more. I'm back. I'm gonna get at you. Like I've been.
Link me up.
I needed to get away. I'm gonna get at you though. My
Link me up.
schedule's back. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Link
right.
me up. Link me up. Hectic week,
All
but link me. We'll build in between, you know?
Easy. Yeah.
Yo, love and understanding, man. Hip hop don't stop. Big it up.
Yeah.
Peace.
Nice.
All right.
Let me throw on one of my instrumentals.
Yo, don't tell me what to do. Yo, can you give me like 1 second? I gotta like piss, guys.
Yeah.
Like, are you down to chill like half an hour more?
Yeah, man. I got a
this
bunch
shit?
of shit to talk about.
I'm not even tired. Are you tired too right now?
No, I'm chilling.
All right,
man.
bun it. All right. Well, I'm chilling too, man. The four of you on here. Oh, God,
The four of you?
There's 4 people on here. I'm gonna go piss.
Here's a beat I made recently. I think. Yeah, a
Huh?
couple
You think
weeks
it's
ago.
over? Huh?
Oh, okay. So yeah, that was quick. Of course, my mic will stop working right when I want to talk, and then my mic just work. Okay, so I can't plug in my turntable and my mic. Fuck. Yeah, it's just a mess. I don't know what's wrong with this thing. But anyways, that was interesting. I had fun listening. I don't know King Just at all. I don't know if that was apparent in the interview. But yeah, really interesting stuff. I'm gonna just start on some news stuff that we have. One really cool thing that was posted on Instagram, and it kind of ties into the news and today in hip hop. So basically, Stakes is High. That was released exactly. What is it? Oh man. 1996, so like 27 years ago. One of my favorite albums. In case you don't know, I named my dog Maceo because I love this album. I love De La Soul. They're the best. Anyways, this leak here, Plug One, he leaked the original demo. Look at Questlove. What? Yeah, you read the original demo.
I'm a champion of shit I say I champion. By the same mother, I'm born in disease lovers. Genetically, I'm inclined to lean
That's pretty sick.
my man.
Anybody in chat know where that sample comes from? Or like what other song used that? Well, I'll let you know it's from Nas. Nas used it, I think, on the message or whatever. Or was it the message? But yeah. So that was kind of cool. That was 27 years ago. Stakes is High came out. But you know what else came out on the exact same day? Yeah. Isn't that interesting? So it was written and came out on the same day.
New York State of Mind. Bang,
as
bang.
Stakes is High. Those two albums came out on the same day.
I'm back. Okay. New York
Which
State
is
of
pretty
Mind.
cool. And then I just shared what's his name? Plug One just shared like the original version of Stakes is High. And it has like the Nas beat.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, here. Should I do it again while you're here?
No, it's okay. Unless we're gonna talk about it.
Well, it's kind of cool.
All right, guys.
Genetically, I'm inclined to lean on buildings with my man. As the man siren sings songs of the
It's pretty
team.
cool.
So a snitch can place blame with your kid. Now did I handle my biz? Now when the stakes is high,
Damn sure tried to do the piece of the pie, electrify,
What?
even die for the.
That's a
So
vibe, actually.
yeah, it has a cool vibe. I kind of like the whole vibe of that one. One of my favorite albums of all time. That's like honestly a front to backer for sure. Except
is
for
high.
that weird song where they're like they took the Buffalo Girls beat and they changed it all around, and then it has the like. I'll skip that song.
I loved a bunch of tracks on that, but it wasn't one of the albums I played all the time, to be honest.
No.
So, no.
You should.
Don't tell me what to do.
I'll tell you what to do, and that's something you should probably do because it's totally it's worth it.
Yo, I gotta let loose.
We got big.
It's been a
news,
minute.
though.
Hit me
We
with
got-
news. Hold on, before you hit me with news, I gotta get it off my chest.
We got big news.
What
We
is
got
that,
Rick
a whale?
Ross. We got Rick Ross jumping into a pool. Yeah, that's big news, guys.
Why is that big news? What
I
made it
don't
big news?
fucking know.
Like, is it
man.
viral or something?
I don't know. They were like, he hilariously like botches dive into pool. I'm like, that guy that looks like Rick Ross diving and jumping into a pool.
I just
Like,
don't know any. You know what? Like, it goes back to the thing. I
we're
don't understand
reaching
memes.
at this point.
Yeah. Trying to make everything funny.
Yeah, no, I
Like,
thought that
the dog was going. Dog got hit by a car. Stupid dog.
yeah, I was like, what the hell?
Yes, I swear.
No, totally, absolutely ridiculous. But there is actually one video that maybe we should watch, and it's about C18, the bill C18.
Okay.
In
Yeah.
Canada, and
I'm
it's
down.
actually
I'll talk about this, bro.
and it's actually by this guy that I am subscribed to, Mudahar. Do you know Some Ordinary Gamer? He's kind of awesome.
I do.
and
Yeah, I do.
He's
know
Toronto.
somebody
He's
in
from
the game.
Toronto. I'm pretty sure he's from Toronto.
I feel like I follow him.
And he's good. He's funny. And he just kind of breaks it down, and then we can kind of
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about it. And yeah, his video is called "Canada is Destroying the Internet." So this is him.
Hello, guys and gals. Me, Mudahar, and Canada's destroying the internet, man. Day in, but day out. It's happening. I feel like, you know how VPN companies sponsor every YouTuber? I feel like VPN companies sponsor the government a lot because they're the only ones stupid enough to make some of the decisions we're about to read. Now, you probably heard about it. If you're Canadian, Google has made the difficult decision that when Bill C-18 it takes effect, we will remove Canadian news links from our search, news, and discover products. You know, the internet is the last bastion of freedom, okay? The last thing I want is the government sticking its wang where it probably shouldn't, okay? Anytime you get regulations on the internet to the point where it controls what we see in our search engines, what we see in our algorithms, I feel like that's just a little gateway drug into government censorship, further government control when they don't need to have control over certain things. And ultimately, it means a less free world for us, okay? Look, personally...
All right, so let's just, for a second. This is like the main problem that I find with like Canada in general is Canada gets mad at the internet for existing. Oh god, my fucking mic sucks.
I don't know why. But no, I heard that Canada gets mad at the internet for existing, the government?
In general, no, like it's like, oh, the taxi drivers aren't making enough, like because of the internet. So like let's like try to make a bunch of laws so like taxi drivers can still make a bunch of money or whatever. And then it's like, oh, like in this circumstance, it's like, oh, the Canadian news sources are not making enough money creating news and like hiring journalists and paying them. You know what I mean? Because everyone doesn't pay for news anymore, the same way that nobody pays for music anymore.
I think this is just the root of something. See, like that's the basic, that's the surface of what's happening. But I think, so I didn't mean to cut you up, but that's the surface of what's happening. But to me, underneath that, it's possibly just like, I don't know, man. It reminds me of give an inch to take a yard. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, this is like exactly that. Like both them, C18 and C11. It's like, yo, our free speech online is about to really be taken away. Yeah, there's a lot of like ignorance, but like a real free speech is about to be taken away, censored. When you could censor what type of news we see, we won't be able to see any news from around the entire world. It's like, yo, what does that mean in return? It's like, yo, what other countries do this? Last thing I'll say, I know it might be an extreme reach. I think the only place that has censorship like this on the internet in any level, the extremer version, all at the one point, is like Iran and places like that.
Yeah, and like basically the root of the problem is that news now is not worth anything. It's the same as music. We don't actually. Oh my fucking lord! Can you hear me? Or,
it's going on and off.
It's going on and off.
I can hear you though. It just gets lower.
Okay. Basically, people don't pay for news anymore. We used to buy newspapers and subscribe to cable, and nowadays we get all our news from the internet. And that's just the way that the world has progressed and works now. And Canada, it's like this. We've seen it with Airbnb, getting mad at Airbnb for existing, and we saw it with Uber, getting mad for Uber existing. Now they're mad.
They don't want people to get ahead, though. That's what I'm saying.
And musicians like myself are sitting here being like, yeah, we've been fucked over like long ago. Like, what are you talking about? Like, yeah, our industry went to shit and nobody came to our rescue. So now we're supposed to rescue the news sources. And okay, I'm sorry, and I'm sad that journalism has become a shitty thing now where, you know, it's like being a journalist and actually going somewhere is like a waste of money when somebody can just tweet it from the place. You know what I mean? And to some extent, that reporting is actually better than the news. Is like, if I hear like somebody's boots on the ground that's like in it, you know, like
I'd rather that than a paid corporation, definitely, to see what kind of thing it is. And then it's just up to us to like their boots on the ground and just look at different perspectives. That's it with people with boots on the ground.
Yeah, and so like it is a really shitty thing because it's the same with music. It's like it costs money to make music, right? But you can consume music for free. Okay?
Yeah.
So, and the same is going for news. It's like it costs lots of money to create news or whatever, or to like cover news, but nobody pays for it anymore at all.
And how does it cost lots of money?
Well, to send journalists out, to pay journalists to write, to get camera crews on scene at various events. You know what I mean?
Well, I guess, yeah, to pay journalists and all them. Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah.
But now
like people can use iPhones. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
So I agree with you. Yeah.
It's true, but they don't want to really show that. But like, you know, there is a production standard to the news. You know what I mean? You don't want to be showing iPhone footage if you don't have to, right?
Yeah, this right here. More rules on the chalkboard, though. Yeah. I just look at things deeper, man. I understand all this, but I think it is that, and that's like, I agree with you. It's like it's finally happening to other things, and it's like, yo, they're putting money in, and they're not making any money. No one's buying news. You know, who's really subscribing? You know, old people are maybe getting newspapers.
Yeah,
you know, and it's going to be gone soon. So it's like at the same time, like, I don't know. I just look at the other thing. I'm like, once they start this, it's possible that it could be pushed to other things.
Definitely.
You know? It's like, basically, this is what I'm saying. Leave us alone. It's like, yo, there's like a homeless problem, right? Food prices are flying through the roof. We don't give a fuck about your news. Honestly, we're Canadian citizens. who pay taxes. I don't give a fuck about your news and your
Well,
fucking news problems. I don't give
and
a fuck
also
because I'll do my own research. Just go
it's
deal with the
also
real shit.
laughable. No,
You
like
know what I
this is
mean?
like this is the main thing that I actually want to get to is that it's laughable to think that we can fight the internet as Canada. And we're going to be like, oh yeah, our news, like we're going to tax you for our news. So like, and then Google was just like, all right, you get tax us for your news. Well,
Like,
we're just
fuck
not
you.
going to show your news at all.
Yeah.
And where does that leave us? Like, yeah, it's just so hilarious that Canada tries to fight against the internet and like push back, you know what I mean? Instead of like trying to, you know, move with the times and figure out a way that you can, because musicians figured out a way, like we talked about, you know what I mean? We figured out that you can make YouTube videos and then, you know, make money off of the advertisers that want to advertise on your.
But that becomes a
populated-
thing with news, though. With news, will their view? It's like now someone else is gonna buy out the agenda of what they get to push on the news.
Yeah.
If they get advertisements from certain corporations. Now, say Tesla comes through and he's like, all right, you know what? I'm going to fund you guys. You know what? His news is going to be our news, the news he wants us to see. You know?
And then another thing is like
So it's still a
basically news is getting out of date. You see it in like the NBA. Okay, I'll take the NBA as an example because a lot of people know it. And there's this guy called Woj, W-O-J, Wojnarowski. And basically he tweets every move and trade and free agent like before anyone else. He knows it before all the news sources. He knows it before any other insider or anything. And basically what has now happened to like all the like ESPN and all these sports agencies, they don't have to hire anyone that's an insider anymore. They just have to follow Woj on Twitter.
Yeah.
And then they literally just show his tweet and be like, oh, this guy signed a huge deal for this much money like this year or whatever because Woj said so, right? So if we extrapolate that into regular news, okay, so not the NBA, he's reporting on like insider dealings of the NBA and has connections, etc. But if we extrapolate that to like another, let's just say normal news, like real world events, you know what I mean? So then we start getting like, Igor in Ukraine tweeting about Russia attacking his city, right? And like that's faster and arguably better.
Yo, that whole thread, I pulled that entire thread like second by second. And it's true. It was like, but that's what I'm saying. I don't know, man. At the end of the day, these governments should be doing what we want them to do. Or else it's a dictatorship. If we voted for them, they got to do what we want them to do. There should be votes. Democracy should be like rewritten of how it's like, you know what I mean? Of what the process of democracy is. Because after you vote for someone, then you have no say anymore in what's happening. And they just start passing all this shit. It's like a game. Like, it's like, the people have no say. It's a bunch of old people screaming at each other in parliament. And then someone has more seats. And then it's like, everyone's like, oh, I hate that prime minister or president. In reality, did you know the prime minister or president passing any bill isn't even passing the bill? It could be the whole other party. Because the whole party has majority seats.
I'm just sick of Canada trying to regulate the internet. Try to regulate the internet. It's like, dude.
I'm sick of them trying to regulate everything right now. Canada's trying to regulate everything. And it's to the point where like, you guys just got to bun yourself. Like nobody cares. The young people don't care. People our age don't care. We're pissed. And it's to the point where like, you know what's going to happen? The most racist person and the most racist person and myself will be standing beside each other saying, bun this government and we can fight later.
And that's what the internet is.
Because that's what has to happen. Because, sorry, while you're talking, I can't help it. This gets me mad,
The internet is literally the last free place. on earth. It's the last free place. It's the last place that you can actually express your views, even if they're completely ridiculous and if they're completely off and completely
democracy.
There's 100 flat Earth channels on the internet. And as soon as we start trying to regulate the internet and the Wild West, it's like trying to regulate international waters. Like, just good luck.
Exactly.
Man. Like, you don't have a chance against the internet. So we need to, as Canadians, we need to stop fighting the internet, and we need to invent new ways to progress. We can't just be like, oh, we're gonna rob the rest of the world because like the internet doesn't like pay us enough to keep our news going, and the internet is ruining our
It's bigger
news.
than that. That's what I'm saying.
And then
it's
the
not
audacity,
about that.
one last thing, the audacity to think that is going to change anything, and that all of a sudden Canadians are going to go back to fucking buying newspapers and subscribing to CBC news is insane. Because
It has
honestly,
nothing to do with the news, bro.
Yeah, dude. And like I get CBC for free on my wireless television, like, or on like digital antenna. So like I don't know what the hell they're talking about or complaining.
Honestly,
they get so much exposure.
I'm still bringing on a Babylon War Child tip. It's deeper than that. You know what I mean? To me, it's deeper than that. Like, I mean, like on the theme. You know what I mean? Not a Babylon War Child version. You know what I mean? Like on like okay. Like, I get that because what you're saying is part of what's happening, of course. But yo, man, I think it's deeper than that right now, man. Like, they're really trying to take away our freedoms, man. They're trying to take away our freedoms. They're trying to take away our free speech. And I would never be saying this at this age, this day and age. I've been quiet for the past few years too because I'm watching and it's like, yo, it's crazy though what they're doing. It's actually nuts. Like, they're really like hypersexualizing children in schools. Like, actually, it's crazy. Like, if you know any young people are going to school, it's crazy. Like, they're passing laws and focused on laws and new legislations that have nothing to do with what the people actually need. We need food, more food at a good cost, and like food that is balanced to what we are getting paid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is hilarious what Barak's saying, and I know who you're talking about. No, it's there's a lot of we can watch the rest of this video. He kind of breaks it down pretty well. Let's let him talk for a second.
But yo, no, I just want to finish my thought. It's like, just don't. It's like I just want to say this, so I don't want to forget it. It's like, I think whenever we're looking at any question like this nowadays, like I think the word communist, people are like really mad at the word communism now. And I feel like people don't really understand the definition of actual communism. And everyone's saying communism. So if everyone's stuck on one of these isms and these ways of governing in a way, it's like, okay, way of running a society. Then since we live in a democracy, look up what a democracy is and see if any of these legislations, any of these laws that they are passing is part of a democracy. Because it's not, you know what I mean? And that's why I say, just look at those two words and look at the definitions. But
it's annoying because sadly they voted on C-18 and passed it. So there was some sort of democratic thing.
But who voted? Who voted though?
Obviously there's
just parliament.
A great saying is democracy is two wolves and a sheep deciding what's for dinner.
But what democracy should be is them sitting there and them bringing up legislation, fine, and then putting it to a vote, just like they got voted in. The people who have voted, they get something. It's very simple. It's a solution. Very simple.
Literally.
And then we vote on the government website. It's
but two wolves two wolves voting on what to eat for dinner with a sheep, the sheep is going to be for dinner. So democracy doesn't always work.
But
but
their vote doesn't count if it's a real democracy, because then the people are the ones who have the say. That's what I'm
Well,
trying to say. Like, if it's a real
basically,
democracy, it would work. You know?
it always depends on, like, like that's what you see in like Sunni and like in different Islam countries where they beef because like who has more people, you know what I mean, wins. And they all just vote along religious or lines, you know what I mean? It's not based on anything else. So yeah, two wolves and a sheep deciding what's for dinner, it can be democracy if it's not, if there's not enough of the people that want their, that have their interests. You see it in China with the Muslims, the Uyghur Muslims, and it's like they're so heavily outnumbered, no vote is going to save them. You know what I mean? Not that that's going to happen or anything, but you know what I mean? So like at a certain point, yeah, you have to take it into account. But yeah, it's interesting to say the least. Should we let him continue? See what he says.
Yeah, but look what Marak said. He's like, yo, you have 2 cows in socialism. If you have 2 cows, the government takes one and gives it to your neighbor.
It gives you some milk.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, let's go. Let's see what he's saying. Look at this freeze frame you got. Yeah, I think that's what got me hyped up.
Totally.
I'd go back to the early 2000s, okay? Forums, Newgrounds, all right, and call it a day, all right? The ability for everyone to have websites instead of consolidating all that information onto Reddit, Twitter, whatever. I love a free and open internet. But I feel like as time goes on, more and more countries are stopping. And I made a video a little bit ago, the Muda VPN 2, where I showed you how to make your own free VPN. Free. That was hosted in the United States, which is like the last bastion of true freedom. So let's get started as to what's going on, okay? I want to get into all the facts. I want to look into it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bill C-18, all right? So this is the first session. Let's read into it. Summary. This enactment regulates digital news intermediaries to enhance fairness in the Canadian digital news marketplace and contribute to its sustainability. The long story short from this legal paperwork, if you want to look through the nitty gritty, you absolutely can. But to summarize it, 2 companies, Google and Meta, all right, so Facebook, have basically been asked to pay companies, news companies, for showing the links to their news services, which, ladies and gentlemen, I want to explain how search engines work, okay? When you search for something on the internet, like if I search for submarines, then congratulations, Google's going to show me the most relevant information. Google does this, DuckDuckGo, Yahoo, Brave Search, Bing, all right, Lycos, whatever search engine you use, they all give you relevant information as pertaining to an algorithm. Now, in a lot of cases, news organizations, so big places like the New York Times, Politico, like big, like no news organizations typically have like their news squares. They show up first no matter what. Now, depending on where you live, you may also get news from your region, right? Like there are going to be Canadian news agencies that are going to be up there providing their news. So what the Canadian news companies apparently seem to want is an actual payment for showing their search results on Google, on Facebook, and anything. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is effectively a link tax, which, again, according to Google, creates uncertainty for our products and exposes us to uncapped financial liability simply for facilitating Canadians' access to news from Canadian publishers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is an incredibly brain-dead take to have from the Canadian government, and I'll explain exactly why. Now, of course, coming to the government of Canada, this is all the way from April 2022, by the way, okay? They introduced this bill to ensure fair competition for news medias and sustainability of like local news. So, of course, the Online News Act, they call it, which would establish a new legislative and regulatory framework to ensure fairness in the Canadian digital news marketplace. More than 450 news outlets have closed since 2008. More than 60 of those closures have occurred in the last 2 years alone. Digital platforms and social media are now the gateway where people find, read, and share news. Because of this, advertising revenues have shifted away from local news and journalists to these gatekeepers who profit from the sharing and distribution of Canadian news content. Now, initially, when I was reading this, I actually thought that this bill was actually going to target Google AMP, which is accelerated mobile pages. For those of you who have no idea what AMP is, it's basically an ability for you to take large bloated web pages that would be on the desktop browser and like condense them to smaller chunks for mobile platforms,
Yeah.
right? Now, from what I understand over here, from what I believe, and again, feel free to correct me if I'm
Okay, so to just get in. Oh my God, to get into what he's about to say, is that
Crazy.
basically my mic. I don't know what the hell's wrong with this thing.
Mhm.
But anyways, yeah, what he's gonna say is that there is this thing that like AMP, and that's where like they actually take like CBC News and like turn it into like a little mobile app type thing,
Yeah.
and but they like actually extract the data, and it's like Google's. And so like when somebody goes to that, there's like zero connection to that original news set, like news source. Basically Google is just stealing the news completely
Yeah.
outright and hosting it, which I understand that's definitely should be like illegal, but that's not even what Canada is mad about. Canada just like wants to tax the world, which is just hilarious. Like, how do you just go like try to tax the entire world through the internet?
I know. Honestly, man, people are gonna hate Canada. Remember traveling like, and it was like our like golden pass.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be our golden pass anymore.
No, totally not.
Disrespecting. People are gonna be pissed. Yo, I'm pissed right now.
All right.
I'm extremely
So,
pissed.
You can watch that video on your own. Some Ordinary Gamer. He goes a lot more into it and talks about it a lot more in depth.
Yeah. Nah, man, it's messed up. I don't know. All this stuff's crazy, man. I just feel like, way too much is happening. It's like, right now, like, even that, it's like every little thing. Even right here, right now in BC, they're trying to stop like DoorDash and stuff like that. It's like, why? All it is people who work really hard. You think who's doing DoorDash? People who work really hard are working extra hard to make a little bit of extra money while paying a whole lot of extra gas to buy groceries that are like almost 100x in cost.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I
Leave
know.
us alone. Like they're
And-
really trying to cause riots. Like leave us alone.
And if
You know
I'm
what I
not
mean?
using my house, I should be able to Airbnb.
Airbnb it. I rent the
but-
place. Why can't I
but
Airbnb my place? It's my responsibility.
And if people are like just buying places only to Airbnb them 100%, which is rough.
Well, there should be a limit if you get caught for it or something. You know what I mean? Like, okay,
Yeah.
that's like a penalty. But if I rent a place, that means I signed a lease that says I am responsible. So any damage in the place, I'm already responsible for it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. I'm responsible for that place. I pay for it. So I agree, man.
And like
These guys are trying to
honestly,
just stop us.
we kind of like pretend we live in this like free place. And I'm not like at all pretending that we don't, because we do. We totally do.
We have a lot of freedoms compared to other places, but
yeah.
it's moving fast, bro. I'm telling you that.
But the regulations are kind of crazy, like in general, like, and I remember just even like from across Canada, from differences, like driving from like BC to Ontario. It's like Ontario has a stick up its ass, like we totally do. We like to regulate. Our speed limits are lower by like 10 kilometers for no reason.
In a split second, like as soon as you crossed into the Ontario border, we get pulled over every time. Like
And then we
literally,
have,
the
like,
border's here, we get pulled over.
Everyone
right
else
here.
gets like the RCMP, and we have our own provincial police
Yeah.
for some freaking weird reason. And like, yeah, I don't know. Ontario is rough. Canada, we like to regulate. I remember being in China and being like, wow, this is what freedom is. And it's hilarious to say because I'm in a communist country with the most restrictions ever. But I swear, when I'm eating like kebabs off the street from some random dude who has no license whatsoever, and you just set up a barbecue there and started making some food for me to eat, and I pay him like $1 in Canadian money for like 10 sticks of meat. I started feeling, hey, wait, like that's a little bit more free than here because we can't actually do that without the police. Like if you try to sell meat on this downtown Toronto,
Yo, you remember you just
cops.
had like, as soon as we got there, the first thing someone was grilling something on the street, you ate it. And this guy, STILTZ used to be savage, man. I swear.
I'm still savage.
Remember, dropped on the ground. Me and Katie were like,
yeah.
yo, don't eat it. This guy picks it up. The guy just like
hungry.
puts it on the heat. He's like, that kills the germs. That's good to see.
Yeah. I just put it back on the barbecue. It was good.
Honestly, man, China was fun though. It was really fun actually. But I had lots of fun in China.
There's like a lot of things. Like I think food in general is more free in everywhere of the world.
Everywhere.
You get a lot of people that are involved in the food trade that are like, directly involved.
Food is really expensive here compared to our wages. And in other places, it's like a lot of food is like to the point. So many places that I've been where it's just cheap. You could just go eat out instead of buying food.
Yeah, Adam, Chinese street food is pure fire.
It's amazing.
For when we visited you and there was this thing called stinky tofu or something. oh my Lord.
I don't know how it tastes, but
I couldn't believe that was something somebody puts near their face, let alone inside their body. The smell.
Maybe it tastes good though. Maybe it tastes good.
It's literally called stinky tofu, and I remember like oh man, I was like, what is that horrible?
I didn't know what happened.
I fucked with it.
See, does it taste
your
good?
Face, Marek?
It probably tastes good.
I eat everything. Like, don't get it twisted. I'm the one who ate. Like, I was the one who ate snails in Korea
instantly. Exactly. This guy does an instant thing. He lands and he like
insects. I ate the wild boar, which was actually delicious in Malaysia. The wild boar.
I had that. I had the boar at that restaurant when you like.
That was so good.
Yo,
but
horse.
I'm always down. I'm
Remember
always down.
Horse. I feel so bad, bro.
Horse. Yeah, we had the horse.
I'll never do it again, man.
I remember those.
I feel bad still.
No,
not even that. I ate it a lot of times actually. Belgrade, but then before that, the steak. Remember the steak? We were with Lus on
trains out there too, and like you don't have to feel bad, man. Those are like old horses that died.
I felt bad still. Can't lie. Because the next time we walk by and we like seen a horse, we're in Switzerland, and Rob Stir. I was looking at the horse in his eyes. I'm like, this horse is so human. Rob Stir's behind me, like telling me you ate his brother. Telling me you ate his brother last night, bro. I felt a little heartbroken still. I can't lie. Like,
but yeah, no, that stinky tofu is rough, man. That's his. I did not want to try that. I was like, that doesn't even like remotely.
What about the black eggs? The real black eggs?
Remember, yeah, that was
that one guy that was like, but he fed us a feast. That one guy after the show,
black
like,
egg with the actual like small bird inside it that you.
Did you have it? Yeah.
No, I didn't
have it.
Do that one, man. I couldn't do that one. I'll eat snakes and shit.
Level 1.
Like,
gotta get on the show, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, the 1,000-year eggs. That's what it's called. And it has,
bro, if it's a 1,000-year egg, that's a breeding like.
It's not
like
a thousand. It's just
creatures.
the name. It's just the name.
Shit. I was like, yo, we're eating some crazy creatures.
But
right
there's
now.
fully like a little fetus involved in those. With
I
like
can't do it.
Possible crunch of like bones and stuff. I'm not down with eating.
I can't do it.
bones
But it's
full.
each his own. Everyone does something. Like what I really liked there was those I don't know what it was. It was like almost like noodles, but it was potato. It was really thin and would come in like in a floaty, like almost loose, bouncy like pile. And then I put mad hot pepper, like
I remember you doing that.
And
no, we always had the dopest little like things that we do. Like, yo, this guy used to get a coconut and then he'd go to 7-Eleven and get a Slurpee.
That was KDB's idea.
The coconut inside the coconut.
And liquor if we had
liquor. And like, yo, that was
those days.
That was like, yo, that was ingenuitive.
That was KDB. because it was so hot. We're drinking, and every morning in Kuala Lumpur we'd get Coke. Man, I miss traveling.
Yeah, like
miss it so
where do you
much.
get coconuts and have a 7-Eleven? Like really, like right
Yo,
there.
Marak. I'll
It was
tell you one
hilarious.
thing. We on the way, brother.
You do see. You do sigh. You do sigh.
Is that the
You do sigh.
you do say? Is that
You do
the?
see? You do see.
Hold on, is that what I'm talking about? The
That's what he's talking about. Yeah,
Potato.
the potatoes, the crispy
Yo,
potatoes.
I'm
with the
looking for
chilies
it. Do
and
they
stuff.
have it here?
Oh yeah.
I've been looking.
I'm
for
sure
it if
we
they
have it.
here. They
Yo,
must have it
Toronto
in
has
Vancouver,
dope-
bro.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're in Vancouver.
Oh, yeah.
They totally. They have it there even more.
Toronto's nothing compared. Like, we don't have all the best food because it's only selective cultures here. You
Yeah.
want all the food in the world, you go to Toronto. You could have anything your taste buds want. But if you want good, like closer to
Dude.
authentic Asian food, yo,
And better fish, man. You guys are on the ocean.
that ain't it.
That
Better
ain't it.
fish. Nah, bro.
Yeah, man.
Unless you go to locals. You know
Vancouver.
why? Go to our Toronto grocery stores.
Yeah.
You will find most of the fish is from Vancouver.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's way better in Vancouver fish in general.
Bro, a lot of the fish we
Sushi's
get
better
isn't
there.
from a lot of the fish we get is gone.
Yeah.
We have to go to like local places to get fish from here. A lot of our fish isn't from here.
Really?
Yo,
That's
it's
shit.
like really weird world, man. They probably send our apples to you guys too. Who knows? It's like, send our
Yes.
apples to Florida and we'll get Missouri's apples. Send them here
That
and
makes
it's going to be
perfect
amazing.
sense.
Yeah. Thailand. Oh, I will be there, man. You think we're joking? Yo, I'm going to
All
be
right.
there very soon. I think July, man. I mean, this is July. I think August, man. Let's go. It's time.
Oh.
So, what's next?
Markham.
Markham's next? Okay.
Yeah.
That's a place.
We got a bunch of like music.
I'm going to just smoke, man. Let's go. I got to get hype. Yo, let me play a little a premiere. Can I play a premiere? Not my full video, but for the 7
go.
people watching and who watches later. I have I know it's not your style. It's not a No Misery style, but I have a King MIZO video dropping and I'm really excited about it. I love it. Where I rap in Bengali.
Nice.
So I'm just going to play a 6-second teaser. Yo, Kasep shot this and his boy edited. This is his first video. Yo, they did. I don't know. I think they did a great job. That's it. Dropping very soon, probably like Thursday.
I missed it. Can you do that again?
Yeah. That's it.
Is that a spliff?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because people
Why?
always get pissed off when they see rappers.
What, weed?
No, cigarettes.
Oh, yeah, I don't smoke cigarettes no more. I'm lucky.
Yeah.
Or that
no,
might have been a cigarette. Actually, no, it wouldn't have. I've always tried to not smoke cigarettes in videos in case
Yeah.
there's any kids looking up to me. That was,
Totally.
like,
And
my
I
thing,
saw,
yeah.
I remember like that Rex video where he's walking around Coney Island and he's smoking.
Yeah.
And like every fucking comment on it was like, Rex, you're going to die. Like, save your lungs, bro. This, blah, blah, blah. It's like,
Vape
mind your own
instead.
fucking business.
You know what, man? Vape
I
instead.
want
'cause
to
then
fucking
you'll-
smoke. I'll smoke. Shut the fuck up.
You'll figure out in 20 years what the effects are of the vape.
Yeah, totally. All right. I got a dope thing to share.
Don't.
Real dope.
I'm just joking, dude.
And I'm not even gonna tell you what it is. I'm just gonna start sharing it.
All right, ladies. Before we get into it, I need all the ladies to take a stretch. Get a stretch in. Stretch them glutes. Stretch them glutes.
Now,
Get your position. You know how y'all get your position.
girl, you look
You about to
good.
get real athletic in this motherfucker.
He's gonna
Hey,
do one
you
of
ready?
his
Keep the party going.
classics
Let's go, man.
live on
Greatest love song. Greatest love song ever wrote.
Hey, come on. Look, y'all ready? Girl, you're working with some mad shit. This bad jam make a nigga spend his cash shit. His last shit, old style when you're bad shit. The mad jam, you can ride in the jag yeah. With that jam, you can smoke a fire bag yeah. A grass jam, got money, y'all can flash
Yo, that looks like my
Flash, yeah.
ex-girl.
I'm a big time a nigga, yeah.
I'm not gonna.
I play head up in the game. Red Billy, killer, yeah. We got this laying wood, yeah. I'm on the hood, yeah. Let it be understood, yeah. It's all good. You got a nigga screaming Lord, yeah. On
Yeah.
the hard, yeah. You just move little broad, yeah. What you call, yeah. But you do a trick, yeah. On the dick, yeah. You claim you want a bitch, yeah. It ain't shit, yeah. I'm the nigga with the money, yeah. Got it funny, yeah. Got girls that are running, yeah. About 100, yeah. Girl, you look good, want you back that ass. Y'all some fly motherfucker, want you back that ass. Y'all big man, sing it. Girl, who is your plan? Say it. Girl, you look good, want you back that ass. Y'all some fine motherfucker, want you back that ass. Fucking big headed when you back
Yo,
that
they're
ass.
so
Girl,
whack.
who is your plan?
Those-
Say it. Girl, you look good, want
I'm
you
sorry,
back.
those-
Y'all some fine motherfuckers, want you back. Come on. You got a stupid ass, yeah. Make it laugh, yeah. Make a nigga wanna grab, yeah. Wanna grab, yeah. I'm sweating in the jaw, yeah. All dog, yeah. Walking like a dog, yeah. Break your heart, yeah. My nigga be church, yeah. I'm a sir, yeah. You fucking with my nerves, yeah. To the curve, yeah. I know you bitches know, yeah. And it's so, the two, we got some more, yeah. Rock and roll, yeah. Press ball some shit, yeah. Hit it, bitch, yeah. Baby, make a hit, yeah. Have a hit, yeah. Until it's sick, night, yeah. Wanna fight, yeah. I can fuck you right, yeah. All night, yeah. Gonna bring it to my house, yeah. On the couch, yeah. Let the pussy out, yeah. Get the pouch, yeah. I wanna see a show, yeah. Bring it low, let me run it in the hole, yeah. Make it know that. Girl, you look good, want your back, yeah. Y'all some fine
Damn.
motherfuckers, want your back.
All right.
Yo, that shit gave me allergies. I've been sneezing nonstop. Yo, hold on. I'll be back.
So
Hold on.
yeah, that
I
was-
gotta be back, bro. Give me a second.
That was Juvenile's NPR desk concert. There's like a whole concert. He does Ha, but I didn't play Ha because honestly, it sounds like shit. It doesn't sound right at all. That's a really hard beat to replicate with instruments because it's very like electronic. And it just didn't sound right at all. I was kind of surprised. That one sounded good, but I have a qualm with that cello player. Like he was like just so not into anything, and like he just looked like he was like in an orchestra. And like that's kind of like my big problem with classical musicians in general. Like I can say this because I've been in that industry and I know they're the worst musicians. They're the least experimental. They're the least all they do is just play what's on the sheet and do what they're told for the most part, and very rarely are they like incredible musicians as far as I'm concerned. And like, my father is regarded as one of the greatest Canadian pianists of all time. So yeah, I kind of know what I'm talking about. And like, yeah, they're classical musicians are weak sauce, man. They just play like what Beethoven, who was a genius, wrote. And for the most part, that's not 100%. There's always exceptions. But most the ones that are in the box of classical music are just like stuck in that box. And there's so much tradition and rules involved.
Fuck rules.
Yeah, like honestly, the more you think about stuff, like, you know what I mean? Like if you think about rapping too much, you can't rap. You know what I mean?
It's true.
Like,
Yeah.
Like it's the same with any instrument. It's like once you get to the point of like, oh, this is how I hold my bow and this is how I curl this finger. And like when I transfer the weight from one finger to the other finger, I release this pressure and this and that. It's like when you start thinking about all that shit, it's like you become like completely useless and you can't do anything.
No, if you think about it too much, because you can't be free. You're gonna overthink
Exactly.
it. If you're driving and you're thinking about driving, you better
Exactly.
watch out. You're gonna have a bad day. Like
I'd even equate it to like, you remember back in school when you like had to read the passage in the book that everyone was reading together and you had to read out loud in front of the class and it was like your paragraph. When you had to read out loud, you didn't understand anything that was in that paragraph. You were so concerned about just reading the words right so your friends didn't make fun of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it's very much that. Like you're there reading the music and doing like the music, but like, yeah, I don't know. Classical musicians are like, it's my own pet peeve. they're the least ingenuitive musicians.
Well, I know in reality, like we could talk, we don't have to, but it's like, yeah, you've had backlash just from even just like being the guy who's posting pictures of you in a cello with cello case with stickers all over it.
Yeah.
On hip hop stages.
Yeah, no, totally. Or like, yeah, or drinking while I'm playing. Or
true.
Or standing up while I'm playing.
Smoking a joint.
Yeah, and like, yeah, those are things that are not.
This guy said if I think about breathing too much, that happens to me too. Yeah, attic attacky. If I think about breathing, I feel like I'm breathing off beat now.
And it's like, honestly, that's the problem with classical music is they're always thinking about breathing. They're thinking about all of those things. You know what I mean? They're thinking about like so many different little things that are like, and it's like kind of like watching a movie with somebody who like makes movies, right? And like a director or something, or like a lighting person, like watching with Adam. If you watch a movie with Adam, he's going to be like, oh, you see how they did the lighting on that thing? You see how they set up this thing? Or I watch a gun movie with Colin and he's just talking about, oh, that's like a 9mm Smith Wesson fucking reverse this and that with like the extended clip, blah, blah, blah. A laser from fucking this Optech company or some shit. And you can't watch a movie like that. You know what I mean? If you are like, you miss the whole movie, basically. You know what I mean? Like, if you're thinking about the lighting or the, you know, the shots or whatever, or like
don't think.
Yeah, no gun movies will call it. It's the worst. He can't stop talking about the guns.
I'd say just don't think. Like,
yeah, no, but like, yeah, you have to, and that's why like sometimes the best people at different professions are the naturals, you know, who aren't thinking. They're just doing it naturally. And they're just, and like you're like that with rap. Like when you think about freestyling well,
I'm gonna mess it up.
You're not gonna do well. But when you just get in the zone, don't care, and just freestyle, you got it locked. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so exactly. Like, I have to not think about it 100%.
And you know, it's the same like with anything. It's like tennis is like that too. You concentrate on hitting the ball hard, or golf. You concentrate on hitting the ball hard, and you're gonna like screw up. But if you like relax and don't think, and you just do it, it's like it'll go farther and better. You know what I mean? And yeah, no, like I understand Adam, because like I sometimes find myself listening to music the same way.
Mm-hmm.
In that I'm listening to what the producer did and like how they did it, and like thinking about technical things, whereas like I'm missing the whole MC's like heart on his sleeve, like the thing that you'll pick up on first, you know?
That's what I listen to first. Yeah, that's what I catch first.
My mic is making weird noises now. I don't even know. But yeah, so like
that's what I catch first, 100%. Like the MC, the words, the feeling from the words, the cadence, and then I'll catch the beat. I'll catch it at the same time, but that's like exactly. You'll pay attention to what your craft is, basically. Because even if you do your craft naturally, it's still such a big part of like who you are. You're gonna constantly like you're gonna be studying it. Because if you do your craft so naturally and it's a craft you love, you're gonna be like thinking about it while you're sleeping, you know?
Yeah, totally. But yeah, so don't think so much.
Yeah, just don't think. Don't think, and you'll fit right in.
Yeah, no, honestly, and like that's my issue with classical musicians is they're constantly thinking about everything, and that was like the big issue when I had studying music in school. Was always like, am I doing this right? Like, is my elbow in the right fucking place, or like, you know, this or that? And it's like, nah. Like, I realized it's like, yeah, at a certain point you got to stop thinking about it. Like, you know where the fuck your elbow should be, like, you know. Yeah, and you just have to trust, you know. You just have to trust. Yeah, don't think about it and trust. Now obviously there is technical parts to getting to that point, which you do have to work on. and think about.
I'm
But
just I'm not thinking.
Yeah, don't think.
Like,
Don't
think I'm
think.
gonna. Yeah, that's
Well,
it.
that's like what freestyling is, man. Like you just like actual freestyling. It's like you're not thinking. You know?
No, if you're not thinking, you know what you're doing? You're actually meditating.
Yeah, to
Like
some
you're
extent.
not thinking at all. Like you're not. If you're not thinking, you're meditating, and you're actually in the moment. Like that's the best thing you could probably do.
I would
Not all the time.
definitely-
Like think before you do certain things, but you know what I mean. If like that might be like almost like freedom moments when you can't
is
think.
a trance-like state in freestyling, and like
Oh,
I've been
100%.
there. I've been there a couple times in my life. It's harder and harder to get to that area.
I used to feel like I get high. I would close my eyes in the cipher. I used to close my eyes back in the day until an
Yeah.
incident, and then I never closed my eyes in a cipher again because I got rushed during the cipher. And then
I
since
remember you
then,
telling
I
me
never closed my eyes again, ciphering. But eyes on everybody. No, I'm joking. And then, but
Yeah.
I remember when I was young, closing my eyes, ciphering, and when I was done, I'd open my eyes. Yo, I'd feel high.
Yeah.
It's spiritual. Yo, honestly, it's spiritual. When you're not thinking and you're spitting, yo, it's spiritual. You know,
And
not
you
no
know-
magic. I'm not no like
I'm
all
almost
of us. When we're
positive
making art,
like no scientist has ever studied that ever.
it's
like,
probably
for real.
so hard to study because I think science is the
zone.
language we talked about. The science is
In
the
the
language of
zone.
spirituality.
Exactly. Geocentric, hip hop, stationary. Exactly. So like
Yeah.
yeah. And I would actually like to see some studies about that because like that is an interesting point in the brain's function, you know, where you're like inventing on the spot and verbally like, you know, projecting it out. It's kind of rare. There's not too many things that like, I don't know, maybe telling a story, just, you know, making up a story on the spot, like a storyteller.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I just feel like, yeah, it's all at the end of the day. I think all the music is just. I'm sorry. While you're there, I was reading Kasim.
Yeah,
Burma's
no, I
stuff.
saw. It's all good.
I want to be able to connect with this brother and give him the stuff, but I don't want to put my email address here, even though it's easy to find my email address.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all spiritual, and yeah, man, totally possums. Four possums in a pie.
I want to watch this guy.
Yo, four possums in a pie.
I want to watch this guy.
Huh?
Huh?
I'm talking about four possums in a pie on the air. Yeah, can I have four possums in a pie for dinner? All right, let's go.
All right.
Watch.
I'm gonna really good. I got something good.
Go drop it.
Chops the savior. I hope see your face when this guy first appears.
The savior. This is hers, man. Look, this is North. Fuck, I look like saying welcome to Jers. Leave you
Yeah.
triple, leave you bloody, left stiff on the curb. Get the fuck out the bricks. Should've stayed your ass home. Hot barrels and empty clips to renovate your dome. Act the fuck up. Move the fuck back. Act the fuck up. Get your head
Yo,
back.
I would
Stack
move.
the fuck up. Where my
I would
gangsters
give him
at?
a very
Back
large.
the fuck up. Move the fuck back. Bitch, move. Don't you see my shotters coming through? Click. Boom. That's the smell of bodies in the room. R.I.P. shirts, same written on your tomb. And I'm ready for whatever. I ain't gotta pick a tune. Shut the fuck up. Cause you know you ain't like that. Fake nigga, real pussy. I get you dice smack. Use a he, she sucking wee type faggot ass nigga. You a kitty, what a pity. Get the blicky ass nigga. Look, all my life, dare a motherfucker come for me. Throw you off the roof. Had niggas bungee jump for free. Take the biggest nigga in your crew. Turn him stunt dummy. Thinking everything funny. He ain't even getting money. Where my hood niggas at? That be living on the block. Where my thought bitches at? Love giving up. Don't come to North with that shit. Cause we ain't fucking with that shit. Don't come to Irvington. Cause they ain't fucking
I
with
think
that
he
shit.
loves
Don't come
blood
to Illtown.
and
Cause they
eats.
ain't fucking with that shit. Go anywhere else. Cause we ain't fucking with that shit. I ain't never had time for that lovey shit till I marry my wife. That'll drop a
he's
bitch
hard.
quick. And of course I gotta smile when I make
He
a
has a
nigga
wife.
cry. While my team live it up, you get a boom, bye. Gun to the nose, make a nigga look caca. Make him do the cha-cha while I be on that rah-rah. Niggas gotta feel this shit from Brick City to Far Rock. Scar, you getting bars from me. Fuck this nigga stinking. Scar lip and chops had the latest track stinking. Back the fuck up. Move the fuck back. Act the fuck up. Get your head cracked. Stack the fuck up. Where my gangsters at? Back the fuck up. Move the fuck back. Bitch, move. Don't you see my shotters coming through?
Yeah.
Don't you smell the bodies coming through? Bitch, move. Don't you see my shotters coming through? Don't you smell the bodies coming through?
You know the original, right?
I think we smell his body when it comes through.
Yo, again,
I think everyone
bro,
smells that.
bro, all I'm saying is this, man. Every time I want to make it clear, STILTZ speaks for himself. I speak for myself.
Oh,
no, man.
I smell his body when he comes through.
I thought that was like, it's
That was
not
fire.
honestly, it's nowadays, it's not what I listen to. It's not, but I
Yeah.
can tell what's dope when it's dope, and that's like, that's hard.
I just like
for
him
that
'cause
type of
he's
hip hop.
big.
That shit's fire.
I just like
You know
him
what I
because
mean?
he's big and he spits actually dope.
Well, he spits. You know the original for that song, right? With the one you remix.
No, what is it?
You don't?
Which song?
Yo, it's from this
I don't-
girl. What? Yo, please, Marak. You know the girl's name, man.
Which?
Whose original beat is this?
Scarlet.
Scarlet. You've watched it, right?
This is part of a Scarlet challenge.
So you know her. So you've watched the Scarlet version? Yo. Oh, your mic's fully done. That's what I'm saying. This guy came from New Jersey. Got cheese somehow. He's here already.
Okay,
You're
here.
back. Yo, hold on.
Kinda.
S-
It's
you know
only on
Scarlet?
this. Yes.
Yo, blouse and skirt. Now I hear you.
It's so annoying.
Yo, Scarlet's crazy though.
You want to share it?
You've watched
Or
it,
no?
right?
I haven't.
Oh, you haven't? Okay,
No,
yeah,
that
you
was
have.
a challenge. That was part of a challenge.
I'd love to hear your opinion on Scarlet. I would love it. Put the whole flow, everything, right? Like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, let's kill that. Kill that horrible shit right away. Okay, first
Yo,
of
man,
all,
hold on.
I'll say it for you. and I'll-
You like the other song?
I'll be
Keep
that guy.
The exact flow.
I'll be the guy
of
again.
This song though, and the beat.
Girl, you're gonna get knocked out yourself, and you're gonna get a bunch of women knocked out that think that they should be like getting up in people's faces. Like, yeah, nah. The
Yo,
biggest
hold
dude,
on.
the biggest person in my crew is Deontay Wilder. Okay, you want to step up then? Okay,
Yo, no.
step up, and see what fucking happens to your stupid face.
Okay, so hold on. No, honestly. So
Yeah,
you're telling
no
me every
female-
guy rapper that you hear, just because they're a guy, you believe their gangsterism to the fullest and they're
No,
not lying
just-
on the track?
No,
You think
it was
there's
the
no
same
cap
as,
in
like-
all of the gangster tracks?
Dude, I said the exact same thing when we were playing the little guy, the little person, and he was talking all this shit about how he's gonna knock everyone out.
No, beyond the little person, there could be a big person who runs though. Like it doesn't matter. That's what you have to know.
Yeah,
Right?
like, are you going out there and just saying you're gonna beat everyone up?
No, because that's not what I do.
Yeah, no
That's
kidding.
why.
That's not what she does.
But if
either.
that's what I did, I know some little guys that like would knock people
I'm
out.
sorry. Yeah, no,
Like-
totally. I know some little guys that'll knock some people out. I'm sorry though, but like when a woman fights a man, there's no fucking like that's just stupid, okay? Like I don't care. Like
Okay, no, first of all, that is dumb. I think this is like a weird part of the culture that everyone's trying to push. I think it's stupid, definitely.
Yeah.
But it's dumb. It's absolutely dumb. But the thing, so I agree with that for sure. You know, but after you played that song, I'm like, I gotta play the original because this is
oh,
the
no,
homage.
no, no. No,
this
totally,
song's the
no.
homage to that track.
It actually kind of got me.
And as a
angry.
woman, though, she can easily come out and she
Oh.
could pop somebody in the face.
Totally. No,
You know what I mean?
I totally
Like,
understand that, but
But I feel like it is fucking a real stupid agenda they're trying to push. Like they should. It's a dumb agenda.
Now,
definitely.
geocentric. In her defense, I don't think she's trying to be sexy at all.
No, she ain't trying to be sexy, bro. She's trying to look like someone who bites someone's head off.
Probably try to throw on you, which would be a horrible idea for her. I don't even know what you look like, but like I'm just saying, like if you're an able-bodied man and she threw on you, then like yeah, she might be in some trouble.
All I know is, man,
don't get violent, man. Like don't get violent when you're.
But why not though? She's in rapping in it. Look, I'm not defending the agenda, but I'm gonna defend the fact that you enjoyed another guy's song getting violent on the same beat, same flow, but not hers because it's a girl, bro.
No, but
and
I
it's
can
like
imagine...
you're saying a girl can't fight the dude. I agree, but a girl can shoot the dude.
Okay, totally. But I can imagine that giant dude punching me in the face.
Yeah,
okay?
I can imagine her pulling
and
out a
like,
ting.
Also, like, if a rapper is talking a bunch of shit, and they were like skinny and scrawny and like didn't look like they could back it up, yeah, I'd say the same thing. I'd say the exact same thing. Like if I came out, me, all fucking scrawny, spindly ass, and was like, I'm gonna fucking knock you out. I'm gonna knock the biggest dude in your fucking crew out. Yeah, you'd laugh at me. You'd be like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
How about this? Like I feel like
okay,
she's
come bring it to the biggest guy in my crew. Like I dare you.
Let me find out when Scarlett actually jumped on the scene. December 12th, 2000.
Now, I said the same
That's when she
thing.
was born. She was born in 2000.
I said the same thing about Pat Benatar with Hit Me With Your Best Shot. It's like, Pat Benatar, girl, you don't want us to hit you with our best shot.
How old is she, bro? How old is she?
My best shot involves me running from like 50 feet away. Top
all I'm saying is this, man. She might be a really
my fucking fist at your face. That's my best shot. You don't want to be hit with that,
bro. But that's the thing. You're still listening to like everyone else's gangster song, and you're like not calling cap on those bars.
Oh,
because all rappers that you're listening to, if there's no cap in any of their bars, they should be in prison already.
Yeah,
because
no.
they would have been caught for murder.
No, I know.
And
like saying you're gonna beat someone's ass and like being like Mano or someone like that is different than being me and saying I'm gonna kick your ass in a song. You know what I mean? And like,
bro, she looked kind of crazy, bro. She looked kind of crazy. She looked crazier than you.
Yeah,
I feel
no, she is crazy.
I'm not trying to be rude, bro. I feel like if she was around you, she might bite your face off. And
yeah,
like,
she might. Yeah, she's probably crazy,
right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, man. It's like, yo, I'm not saying she's gonna punch someone and she may be correct about it, but she may still want to win the fight by any means. I'm not condoning it, but I'm saying this is what all these rappers are doing now. They sound dope, but that's a genre. It's still a genre.
Yeah.
It's the new gangster rap. Basically, it is like hustle rap, and it's the new genre, and it's dope. But it's like, yo,
is doing the remix because. Okay.
No, that's gonna suck.
That's gonna frail and old now. He doesn't look like he could beat anyone up. Or
No. I don't know about that one.
Push them back or get out of the way.
Someone just said Onyx. Yo, Geocentric said Onyx. In reality, Onyx doing that track with her, that would be fire. That would be the perfect.
Oh, totally. Because like Sticky Fingers,
like,
I don't have to imagine him punching people out. I've like seen that shit.
Yo, Sticky Fingers is a madman. He ain't playing. He's not playing. He's not playing around. Like that's the thing, yo. Onyx is like the Onyx is not playing around. They actually like, you don't play around with them.
Yeah, I don't know. I really, I don't know.
I have to defend that one. That's all I'm saying, and that's cool.
That
was your opinion. I feel that like
I just don't like when people are like
she wants to come out hard. She wants to come out hard, and that's what coming out hard is nowadays. You know what I mean? And she came out hard. We were talking about a few episodes ago about backpack rap. Backpack rap hardly exists anymore. It's like this is how you come out hard, and that's what she's doing. And I think if it comes to the sound and the music of it, she kind of did it for that genre. She did it for that genre.
But Geocentric is busting out the Pat Benatar now. Shit's hilarious. But yeah, no. all the power to her. She's got marketing. But yeah, it's kind of
yeah.
I don't know. I just
But
feel
yeah.
the same way. I regardless of sex, honestly, if you don't look like you kick ass,
I shouldn't have
and then
said that to you. Yes, I take
like,
that back saying that because
basically
that's not
I'm
what you
getting
meant.
at, is like
Yeah, yeah,
regardless of sex, if you don't look like you kick lots of ass, then
Yeah.
you like shouldn't be talking a bunch about kicking ass.
I
She
understand
kind
what
of-
you mean
in her
from your
defense,
perspective.
she kind of does look like she kicks ass.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's what
like,
I'm saying.
She definitely like
Yo.
yeah.
In high school, some of the craziest fights I've seen, the most vicious, were
angry.
the women.
Totally.
Like vicious, bro. Like
not worried
yo,
about hurting
like,
anyone or anything like that.
Yeah, but in reality, that's why like I love music, that like the art of it is great, and like just know that when you're putting out these words, regardless of how hard it is, like you're saying, what you're bringing up, like you're putting it out, you're gonna have to defend it. That is another angle and depth to it, where it's like when you put out music like this, just understand what you say will be tested eventually. If you say something in a song, this is hip hop, it will be tested. This is any other genre of music. This is hip hop. And that's part of it, no matter the era. No matter the era, people are going to test what you say. And that's one thing that hasn't changed in hip-hop culture. So be mindful of what you say. You want to run hard raps, run it. I love listening to some of it. I need that energy sometimes. You know, I don't rap about it because, I'm trying to like wear no shoes on sandy beaches and eat mangoes. That's my life. I want to hike mountains, and I want to give people 20-second hugs, That's my thing. So
This is like.
but be real when you're rapping, because people will test you.
How about this for
Grandmaster Flash? And see,
This
that
is the message.
is keeping it real. Like these guys don't care.
That was this week in hip hop history.
6ix9ine ran it. Now, well, you see how that goes.
I don't. What's up with this fucking mic? It's this fucking program. I don't know.
Don't blame the program.
Well, my mic works perfectly in all other situations.
I know. I just wanted to. Yo, we're supposed to have opposite things at all times for media. So I'm just disagreeing. Yo, don't blame the program. It's not the program, man.
Yeah.
Rugged and raw.
I've got like weird sounds coming out of this mic, like it's like a windstorm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's all. I'm actually so excited for that video, man.
Yeah.
I'm mad excited for it. I just did a Unknown Misery version album. That vibe. I like making art. Now I'm making a King MIZO album, and just because I'm in that zone. So anyone that's out there and they're like, "Yo, where's Cool Maps?" Maybe download that album. I really like it. I made it. So it's there, and for the people who asked for it, I don't know.
You were cutting out there a bit.
It's the system.
And now my mic's working real well, but then
the system.
I don't understand it.
You got to put good energy out with your art, man. You have to. Like, we're making art. Me and Marak were talking the other day. Like, that's why I see eye to eye with Marak a lot as well. Like the artist part of it. It's like it's like just making art and that being the fun part of it all. Like, that's the fun part. Making the art. And once the art's done, promoting it, all that is fun. Seeing how people receive it, but it's almost fun to just make more art. That art's done. All right, let me just make something else. But yo, should we get out of here?
Yeah, I was thinking that. I got some more videos, but I don't know if we want to watch them or save them until next week. There's a Conway and Derringer video. We got
next week. I feel so.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we could like talk more shit about it.
All right.
Unless you want to play one to run.
No, I'm good. But that was pretty fun.
Don't talk too much news or Google going to block you from Canada. Yo, it's true.
Yeah, no, it's true. and the regulations. Like, I don't know.
Let's throw let's throw the algorithm off. We love AI. We hate AI. We love artificial intelligence. We hate artificial intelligence. What are you gonna do now, sucker? Just confused, aren't you? Huh? Just confused. All I'm saying is this, man. The cost of living. Yo, listen.
Yeah.
Bun your legislations. Bun everything you're trying to do. You know what I mean? We need to make sure that people could eat. We need to make sure people could eat. You guys need to stop playing games. And mangoes, palm trees, sand.
Exactly.
Catch me right there. Catch me there. I'm leaving. I'm gone. I'm out of here. Catch me outside, Trudeau. Catch me outside. You know what I'm saying? This moment's gonna go viral, bro. History repeats itself.
That's totally true.
All right, I'm out of here.
All right, are we done?
Yeah, let's get out of here.
All right, cool. Sounds good. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. We'll be on next week. Do we have a guest for next week?
No, but I have some more free up time, so I'm going to be able to start organizing that like now after this one.
I'll also maybe put some work in.
All right, maybe next week we won't use mics.
Oh, this fucking thing.
We'll just type. Yo, let's chat GPT the next episode.
I might need to buy a new mic or some shit.
Yup, plant seeds, definitely. All right, we're out.